Hello everyone, we hope you're having a great week so far, and welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. Yesterday we had some races of Final Fantasy, and if that's something that you want to catch up... let's try some words. Let's try that again. If there are any... Well, if you want to catch up on those races that happened yesterday on What's Faster, it will be going up on our YouTube channel very soon, so have a look over on YouTube for Games Done Quick. Today we're going to be throwing it over to some mobile Mario games. This is Going Places, and we are certainly about to put our money where our mouth is and go places. This show typically looks at speedruns of games on handheld consoles as well as region-exclusive titles. This week we are saying hello to Mario on the Nintendo DS. We're kicking it off with Rupert on Mario 64 DS with some lovely commentators alongside. Hello everyone.
Game. I run 50 star, but I mostly focus on the longer categories, 80 star and 150 star. But yeah, I've been running this game for a while, and I'm really excited to commentate today.
Hello everyone, I'm MMW. I also run this game for about a year and a half now. I also mostly do 50, and I've been learning 80 and 150. And I'm also really excited to be here today to co-commentate.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna throw it over to you guys because I mean you know what goes on with this game, and yeah, I believe we've got a bit of a cutscene to start off with. So I'll let you count Reaper in and let us know what's happening.
Okay, so we're ready for the countdown. All right. Group is just getting on the file select screen. I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. All right, and off we go.
Dear Mario.
This is the intro cutscene. It's 2 minutes long. So yeah, enjoy the movie. We'll start talking about some of the strats Rupa will be going for. Early on in the run. The first of which is moat skip. So in this game, you don't even have to enter the front door of the castle if you use glitches. You'll see what happens, but he's going to be using the alternate entrance to the castle, the door that's underwater here, under the moat. This trick, it is a frame perfect trick, technically. Rupa, he probably does it all the time, so, hopefully we get it pretty quickly, but, this is what all categories that allow glitches start with. This is because it saves a lot of time, because you don't have to do 1 star in BOB before moving on to anything else, and you don't have to go through the process of unlocking the castle door, where you actually have to go and get the key from a bunny that's running around the castle grounds, which is an annoying process.
Yeah, it also lets you do some stars in basement as Yoshi, and there are advantages and disadvantages to using Yoshi. He's slower and his jumps are less high, but he can flutter and he can eat stuff, so you want to be able to use him in the right place. And being in lobby as Mario is generally better, so you want to get those basement stars done as Yoshi, unlock Mario with the stars, and then you can do your lobby stars as Mario.
Yeah, the really unique thing about this game is the fact that you don't even play as Mario right from the start. There are 4 different characters. Sadly, we'll only be seeing 2 of them today, just Yoshi and Mario. The other 2 will remain imprisoned for eternity, so that's fine. Yoshi has to get 8 stars before he can unlock Mario. Yoshi can unlock Mario. Here comes Moat Skip.
He slide kicks down the slope here, gets a bunch of speed. First try, of course. Makes it up here.
Off the ledge, but yeah, still really good to get that first try, get it out of the way. Because if you mess that up...
The triple jump there is really tight, yeah?
Yeah, it is pretty tight. If you mess it up, you'll either up warp instead of down warp, and then Yoshi will just have to fall down from really high up, which takes a little bit of time. Or if it goes even worse, you'll just not down warp and you'll fall into the water, and then you have to swim all the way out, which it's literally faster to reset your speedrun if that happens. That's how bad it is. All right, but we're moving on to SSL now.
So Rupa is going to be going for something called SSL cancel. Emily, feel free to correct me if I mess up anything technical here, because I don't do this trick because it's insane. But basically, you go on the 4 pillars, you open up the top of the pyramid, bounce off a Shy Guy, fly guy rather, and eat the star at the top of the pyramid while you're in the air. Then you land and walk into the opening of the top of the pyramid with the star in your mouth. And I believe you have to frame perfectly tap the D-pad, and then you can collect the star while still entering the loading zone of the pyramid, get the inside the pyramid star.
Okay, so Rupa's going over here to lure over the Shy Guy. It removes all the RNG from this strat. Okay, this is looking good. He just needs to get the frame perfect input now. Oh, he didn't get the warp into the pyramid. So he just collected the star normally. Because of that, Rupa will actually... There's not really a backup. He will just get another star later on in the run.
Yeah, that was a admirable effort. It's a really tough trick, and I know there are a lot of resets there.
Yeah, like just going for this is like a crazy strategy. So if he got it, he would have... That star would have counted, and he would have warped into the top of the pyramid, and, you know, there's a star right up there. So he would have got that star immediately. And with 2 stars now, we'll move on to LLL.
I believe he's going for all 8 stars in LLL. Notably, 100 plus silver stars is really insane, and it's easy to lose time. I'm pretty sure you need to do it like very optimally in order for it to be worth putting in the route.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. It has to be really good to even make it into an 80-star route. So doing it in a category with only 50 stars, it must have to be like really good.
Yeah.
Starting out simple though with reds.
And I know he does some shell strats. I believe the shell doesn't unlock. Is it star 5? Or does it unlock?
You have to select star 5, 6, or 7, I think, for the starter spot.
Okay. Then I'll have to get one of those or get all of the preceding ones.
Yeah, basically. So he'll probably just go into the volcano and get one of those stars. At some point.
It's like bully star now.
Yep. That was pretty clean.
I was just going to say the long jump from that fire shooter over to the bully platform is not as easy and free as it looks. You need to do some work to maintain your angle and speed and all of that. Otherwise, you will bonk and get burned and lose a bunch of time over a double jump flutter. So that was pretty cool.
Not only that, but the jump to get to the ring around the volcano is... You also need to do like something you would never even think of, but you actually have to stop holding forward and hold neutral at some point during the long jump, or like at the start of the long jump, which just because of the quirks of this game actually gives you more speed and distance, or more distance.
Yeah, going neutral definitely does some bizarre stuff. One burn there, but all of the movement before that is super tight, especially as Yoshi. It's even tight as Mario. So the fact that he made it over to those 4 sinking platforms, pretty impressive and clean bully fight.
Yeah, doing basement as Yoshi, like, it's faster because you get to skip the sequence where you unlock the castle's front door, but even still, like, there are some stars that Mario can do faster that are up in the lobby and, you know, the other areas of the game. So yeah, this route, like, there's no question, this is the best route.
Yeah, I remember my first run with mode skip, like, just saved an insane amount of time, and I never went back, even though the trick can be annoying sometimes.
The trick is really annoying if you're not too good at it, like me. Yeah. It took me a while to get mode skip for my 150-star run to get started the other day.
Looks like Luca's going for... He's going for... Yeah. There is a really insane strat for this star where you can eat the shell and then spit it out in midair and jump off of it. I can completely understand not going for that, and where you don't want to be resetting.
That's the IL strat, pretty much.
Yeah. He actually does it in world record, but it's a second try, and it shows how insane the run was that he still got world record with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I say IL strat, like, Rupa still probably would go for it in runs. Like, Rupa really grinds out these strats. He's really consistent at pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Rupa holds like almost every single IL world record in the game. Like, there are 150 stars and there are 4 different characters. So that's like around 600 ILs. And Rupa holds a world record in most of them.
Yeah, Rupa is just cracked.
Wow, that's a ridiculous statistic.
No,
that is commitment. That is
I'm
commitment.
waiting for the Rupa 150 record.
Oh yeah, that's the only main category world record he doesn't have, 150.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It looks like we're going for hundreds and silvers here. This is one, again, you have to do really tight in order to save any time. Rupa knows what he's doing. And I'm not sure if there are any backup coins. If there are, they definitely lose time, because it seems like he usually makes it to the end with exactly 100.
Yeah, there are a bunch of red coins at the end. I think we saw him collect all of them in practice, which, you know, sometimes you need all of them, but collecting all of them also does spawn the red coin star, so that takes a little bit. We'll see if he has to do that.
I know
and
he spawned it in record too.
Crazy. Getting these coins next to the fire bar, which looks risky, but he's practiced.
I'm going to raise the big question now. We were talking a little bit about it before the show started, and somebody's talked about it in chat. I don't know, maybe the collective of people here that we have might be a little bit biased, but this game and Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, which one's better?
Oh well,
it's all right. You're allowed people's feelings. Just you can forget about them.
That's not even a question. Of course, it's this game.
Yeah, it's time to start a war in chat. It's definitely subjective.
30 more stars. That's 3 more characters. Like, come on.
One thing I will say is that a lot of people who have played original Mario 64 and they try out DS, a lot of their complaints, it's like, the camera is bad, it's hard to figure out how to control the character. They're things that a new Super Mario 64 player would probably say about that game too, for what that's worth.
Exactly.
If that makes sense. Like, the camera in both games could use some work. There are ups and downs. Same thing with the movement. There's not an easy way to correct your jumps like spins in Galaxy and Flood and Sunshine.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Even kicking in the original 64, you can change your direction after you kick. In this game, you can't do that. If you make a really bad jump and you can't hold back to correct it, like, you're just off the cliff. And he just did bomb clip. I think we should talk about that for a second.
Bomb clip in this game is really insane. It is not as easy as it is in the original game. And it's not free at all.
It was only discovered like a few months ago. And it's like you have to be in a perfect position to, and then I'm pretty sure it's like at least 1 frame perfect to grab the bomb and start running at the same time so that the bomb's fuse lasts long enough to get all the way to the gate. And then you have to be in like the perfect center of the gate and then spit out the bomb and it'll push you in through the gate to touch the edge of the star's hitbox. I didn't know it would be coming up at this one run. I wasn't ready, but it's absolutely insane that he got that first try.
Yep, and we're seeing some crazy speed conservation on the shell here. This is the backup star for missing SSL cancel.
Oh yeah.
But Rupa's got the pro strats. Another thing to note, this happened earlier, but I'm sure he'll use it again, is this game has Y run. So there is a run button in this game. Some people hate that, some people love that. And if you stand still and hold the run button, you charge up run. He might do it here. Nope, he's just going to long jump over. You charge up run, and then you can run faster than your max speed for a little bit. And it only runs out while you're on the ground. So as long as you're jumping and moving around, you will keep Y speed when you land. And that means that if you, for example, go into a door with Y speed, as soon as you exit the door, you'll be able to start running out at full speed again. Lots of other ways you can abuse it. But if you ever see him standing still for a moment and dust appearing at his feet, he's charging up the Y run.
Yeah, that's a really interesting mechanic. But also this stage is really cool. Just got 2 really cool strats in this stage. At the beginning, he slid down a slope. And then as he landed, he jumped to keep his speed from going down the slope. So he could do a really far jump to clear a large gap. And then he got an instant pole grab at the end where you can start climbing as soon as you grab the pole. If you have if your speed is within a certain range, he got both of the cool tricks in that part of the stage. And this boss is an absolute joke. You can just absolutely cheese it by bringing a Goomba with you into the fight So yeah, you just destroyed it in seconds.
Hmm.
Now we're unlocking Mario. As you might have seen, you only need 8 stars to unlock this door and get to Mario. Most routes actually only get 8 stars, but with LLL 100s and like Bomb Clip and BOB, Rupa has some stars that just work out to do as Yoshi. So he's changed up what the standard has been, where normally you just want to switch to Mario as fast as possible.
I wonder, is there a reason that you do Sunshine Isles as Yoshi and not Mario there?
Is there a reason? Not really. But it's on the way to get Mario, so probably a castle movement reason. Since you're on a shell for most of the star, like the character differences, like there's basically none.
Right.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
there's this quick star in the Goomba stage that you can just get Mario and then exit course. Like the easiest star in the game. You just, well, not the easiest, but it's one of the quickest
Wall kicks
stars in
will
the
work.
game.
Yeah, and charging up the Y run here, you can see him
yeah.
shooting out of the door.
Yeah, it's crazy to see Y run. It's very useful in castle movement because as long as you can keep it going, as soon as you get through a door, you'll instantly be at like even above your own max. All right, I think he's going for Cannonless here. He's going to have to jump into this cage.
Notice, I think he kept his Y run for that entire thing up until, like, from the moment he entered the level, he charged it up until he got the star. I think he still had Y run.
Yeah, and Y run even lets you jump higher, since like your jump height is based on your speed in this game. Which, fun fact, is actually why Mario jumps higher than Luigi in this game, because Mario runs faster. Everyone thinks Luigi jumps higher. Nope, that's just not true.
All right, so time to explain pause clipping.
Oh boy, there's a thing that just happened.
Yeah, so when you pause the game, the camera zooms out and certain objects unload, like cannon lids and some of the black bricks that you need Wario to break. So with a frame perfect, usually a ground pound, but sometimes a dive or other things, and pause and unpause, you can get into bricks and cannon lids without talking to the Bob-omb or having Wario. There is no Cannonless, but there is Bob-omb-less in this game. And again, it is frame perfect. There's a setup, but still frame perfect. So great to see him getting it there.
Yeah, pause clips. Pause clips are crazy. They were discovered only recently after a random comment on YouTube told us they exist. Like, this happened like a few years ago, and they totally changed the 50-star route. It's crazy. You're going to see another stage later that we can only access without Wario because we can pause it. I'm going to assume it's in the route. But yeah, we will probably see it later. Now, Rupa's just cleaning up Womp's Fortress now. I think he's going to do all the stars. He might skip one, but I think he's going to do it now that he's done the cannon stuff. Womp fight is pretty simple. Just don't get squashed or you'll lose like 5-6 seconds. Like it's really bad.
Yeah, and you can't just ground pound through him. So
Sadly.
this might make this star actually harder than the original game, because you can't just stand there.
Man, you actually have to move for the boss fights in this game. Wow.
Yeah. Rupa's doing the ground pound near the crown strat. I think the easier, slower one is like go around the side and side flip.
Yeah, I always just do like a little circle on the ground and then time my jump so that I'm just jumping above the wall. But yeah, there's not much time difference between any strat you can use for that star as long as you hit the womp pretty quickly. Okay, now he's going to do the tower star. Just watch.
Tower star is pretty insane.
All right, easy first try.
Wow.
Yeah, you want to explain that one, because I don't understand the mechanics of it.
He just dove straight into a wall, and instead of bonking, he just like activated a wall kick and then held back just enough so that he could reach the edge of the star.
That was quite something.
Yeah, in order to be able to wall kick out of the dive and not bonk, you have to do some pretty precise D-pad. I think you have to like go neutral or have a certain amount of speed, but you usually do bonk.
You have to slow down a lot. But yeah, the problem is if you slow down too much, you won't be at your max height to get that wall jump off, and you won't be able to reach the star, which is what happens every time I try that strat. And don't even get close. But yeah, okay, he's leaving Long's Fortress now.
Really? I thought he would be getting all the stars.
Did he skip one?
Did he get hundreds?
Oh, that's true. He didn't get hundreds in reds.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because this route, getting more stars as Yoshi, they're going to cut out some stars that take a while as Mario. Here's PSS. Guess his time in the chat. Alright, 14.30. I was close.
Kind of funny
13.40. I was close.
The bonk on the wall to turn around twice strat still exists. You know, it works differently, but it's still there. And also the kick where you set your speed during the fall. If you set your speed to the wrong thing when you do that kick, you have no control in the air. So it's very scary, but Rupa nailed it.
After kicking, you have literally no control of your character. It's insane. Alright, we're going to Bowser in the Dark World. But okay, here's the thing about Bowser in the Dark World. As you might remember, we already have access to the basement because we went in through the moat and then pounded the pillars. Oh shoot, I forgot about this strat. Okay,
that strat is really hard.
Yeah, it looks like he just jumped off a cliff to get a red coin and forgot there were no blocks there. But, you know, that's actually like a really precise jump where you can side flip and then change your momentum back to forward for a dive. There we go, second try. To get that red coin without the blocks, and it lets you get a faster cycle.
Yeah, we don't need the button in this game.
Sorry?
We don't need the button in this game to get the coin.
We don't need it. I need it, but, you know, top runners don't.
Yeah.
I'm certainly happy that the button exists.
Yeah. I've been trying the triple jump strat, which is easier than the side flip one, but it's still not easy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. We already have access to the basement. So we are going to get the 2 stars in this stage. There's a red coin star as in the original, and there's also a switch star, which is one of the new gimmicks added in this game. We're going to get these 2 stars. Here's a cool little sliding pick here to save momentum. And then we're just going to leave. We're just out of here. We don't need to fight Bowser because we don't need the key. Alright, here's wing cap stage. It's just flying. You know,
Yeah.
make sure you get those bottom 2 red coins, and then the rest of it's pretty easy.
The flying does feel a little different than the original game, but it's still essentially the same. Physics are similar, at least. Also worth noting that I don't think Rupa's going to be hitting the red button here. There are 2 places where you might want the red button if you are not a pro player. One is in Dark World, because you can just balloon up and skip the whole level. And one is in where Vanish Cap is. I guess it's Secret Under the Moat in this game. I don't think Rupa's going to be using the red box to jump there either.
Oh yeah, the red box to jump there. Yeah, you can still get around both of those, but you know, they're kind of easier for new players if you just have the box. And it's funny because you don't even need the power-up, you just need the box to be there so you can jump off of it.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't really talk about what Balloon Mario is. Sadly, we won't be seeing it in this run, but they've added a new power-up in this game for Mario specifically, where he just turns into a balloon and you can just mash B to just float up. It's pretty funny.
Right. Yeah, so the power-up is the Power Flower, and it does something different for each player. So for Luigi, it's basically Vanish Cap. For Wario, it's basically Metal Cap. For Mario, it's either Wing Cap or that balloon. And then, who am I forgetting? Yoshi can spit fire.
Yeah, the Wing Cap is actually just a separate thing.
You're right.
Some blocks give you a feather, and some blocks give you a Power Flower if you're playing as Mario. Okay. Anyway, we've done the little penguin star, and now we're going to do the slide star. Let's see if he does this cool strat here. He is doing it. Nice.
Wow.
He just wall jumps over that wall to get out of bounds, and now he just lands right at the bottom of the slide.
No fall damage, oh my gosh.
That trick is
In
so
the world
cute.
record, he actually does this insane backup where he goes for that and he misses it, but he gets this like weird wall jump angle that lets him land back on the slide so he doesn't die. It's really cool.
That does sound crazy.
I'm interested to see if we're going to see CCM switch.
Ooh, we might. Or it might be the wall kick star. We'll see.
Yeah.
He already has 25 stars. Man, we're already pretty much halfway through the run.
Yeah.
Time flies. Okay, he's doing
It's
CCM,
like CCM switch.
Okay, let's just watch this and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, you can cover this because I think you've tried it and I'm not great at it.
Oh no! Okay, he was moving a little too fast there, so he didn't get a ledge grab. He wants to walk slowly to that edge, so he gets a ledge grab, only because that sets up his angle for a clip that he does right afterwards. That's okay, just a minor mistake. I chickened out of doing this strat as in my 150 star run because I had Wario unlocked, I could just do it normally, and then I ended up dying 3 times as Wario, trying to do it casually.
Yeah, like trying to get over there as Wario is not easy.
Okay, there he goes. He's out of bounds and he just swims into the star from below the stage in this water that you're not even supposed to access. That corner,
Yeah, so
you can just
you can-
slide through it if you're at a perfect angle with a lot of corners in this game. Like if you're at one perfect angle, you can slide through it or like a long jump and glitch through it. That's one of the corners. And then you wall jump off the wall you're clipping through. Oh man, you just ledge grabbed there. That was close to dying.
wow.
Oh man, that's a little scary.
Oh my gosh, the dive wall kick.
Yeah, that
Yeah, so wall kicks will work, or Mario's Super Wall Kick, as it was rebranded, is not as easy, I think, as the original game. You sort of need to do that long jump at a good angle, and you need to start holding, I think it's right and then upright at the right time. Otherwise, you'll just be forced to go off the edge and die. So he looks like did not get enough speed to the right to land on one of the top platforms, but he still managed to ledge grab and save it.
Yeah, as long as he survives, I'll take that. Also, here's I don't think this star is in the original, right? Like these boos in the
No,
back.
it's not.
They all have red coins in them. So this is just a cool star where you can test out your enemy killing abilities. Ooh, he takes 1 hit from a boo there, but that's not too bad.
The star is just infuriating because you always want to hit the boos and they disappear, and then you wait for them to appear and they hit you and knock you over, and you get to watch Mario scratch his head and get up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this star is beyond infuriating. But one weird thing I wanted to mention.
That was a lot of boo abuse. I'm not sure that we can show that on this channel.
Yeah, I might have to cut that part out.
Save the booze, man. Save the booze.
Hashtag save the boos.
Alright, well anyway, we're gonna go kill another boo now. Here's mansion wall kicks. Yep, he just wall jumps up with like a obtuse angled wall and then kills the boo, who had no idea it was coming.
Is there a proper name for those kicks?
Mansion wall kicks, mansion wall jumps. That's what.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a crazy trick. Just basically just scaling the mansion. Yeah. I wanted to talk about touchscreen movement, but honestly, I'm just going to drop it. It's not that important.
Yeah. Next star is great because it's actually not that difficult for a newbie. So you just do that wall kick up there, and then you can just clip through a wall by long jumping through it. It's a little bit precise. You need to long jump at the right time, but you just go straight through the bookcase, and you don't have to play the book game. There is glass there, so you can't just double jump there like you do in the original game, but no book puzzle here.
Yep, you can just long jump right through the bookcase. That's like one of the newest tricks in the game. Like it was found only a month or 2 ago, but really funny. You just the bookcase just doesn't exist if you wall jump in the right. Oh, and he's saving and quitting here to go back to Castle Grounds. Here comes the pause clip.
Oh, he's doing the dive.
Oh, nice!
Wow.
He got the dive pause clip.
Wow, that was so
crazy.
smooth.
He just paused the frame that he was about to hit that black box that he couldn't even see.
So I assume the pausing sort of removes the collision for like a tiny bit of time.
Yeah, it zooms the camera out so far. It zooms the camera out so far that the blocks unload for 1 frame.
Oh wow, that's so cool. That's a really cool trick. I like that.
All right, so there's a quick star we can grab right here, only because pause clipping exists.
Yeah. And if you notice, there was a hollowed out red box there. That's the box that's easy to jump off of if you want to get up to those wall kicks sooner. Rupa just does the side flip wall kick, which is not as easy as it looks because you have to deal with the angle being sideways. But of course, he nails it. Now he's going back in the basement. I'm assuming to HMC.
Oh, he's done LLL, right?
Right, yeah, he did the entire LLL. I'm assuming he's only going to do 1 star in HMC. In like the quote-unquote standard route, there are 2, but one of them is slow, and he did some extra stars before. But I think he's only going to be going for emergency exit here. Very much the same as the original game. If you ever watch a Mario 64 streamer try out this game, you know what happens when they try to go for rolling rocks, and there's a one up there, and then chat can laugh at them.
That's always funny. But yeah, he also got a ledge grab skip, which is pretty precise with that side flip wall kick there. So that's just a clean little thing to applaud. And here's another challenging star. Just Toad.
You can actually do some kind of crazy stuff in the frame of movement you get between the star spawning and your movement. I know in the Tippy Toad.
That's true.
Yeah,
jump
there's like a backflip.
All right, DDD time.
Everybody get hyped for water level.
I love water
Get
levels.
your favorite dancing emote out for the best music in the game.
Let's go.
All right, he's going to start with... Oh, wait. You know what? I don't know what he's going to start with. I'll just...
I think he does sub and manta ray, but not chess. So chess
is in a slower 50-star
route,
route, but not all of them.
Yeah. And there are only 3 chests in this game, because 4 is too hard for our little DS brains to understand.
Yeah. They removed a lot of chests from this game.
Yeah, well, JRB inside the ship, there's only 1 chest instead of, 4?
I'm very thankful for that. I do not want to open up 4 different chests in a sinking ship. And we're taking a nice little swim. All right, let's see how he gets up on the sub here. Front sub or back sub? What do you think, chat?
You're wrong, it's side sub.
It's just sides.
Interesting. We're getting a lot of mixed opinions in terms of this level. We've got a lot of people jamming out, and then I just see one person saying, "I hate this level so much."
Yeah,
Those are
I
both
love
very
dancing.
fair.
Side sub is actually pretty crazy though. I don't know mechanically how it works. It looks like so you can slide kick up slopes in this game by rolling over the B and A buttons. Looks like you just have to do that really precisely.
Okay, let's pray for manta rings here.
But yeah, one thing that is just objectively better about this game is that the hitboxes on the rings are fixed.
Yeah, I always think that, and then my 150-star run the other day, let's just say I took a lap around in all of, the entire whirlpool before the manta games.
Classic.
Classic.
But sometimes you can hit the rings when you don't actually go through them, like they were too generous, so I think you get baited into thinking you can just be too far away and then you get punished.
No, I blame Luigi.
Yeah.
Luigi actually swims faster than the manta, so you can go ahead of the rings. Okay, anyway, this is Fire Sea. He's going to do a
Fire
crazy
Sea is
jump
just
here.
absolutely insane stage. It takes a ton of time to get good at this.
Yeah, Fire Sea is one of the hardest stars for new players starting out. Or one of the hardest stages.
Notice we don't have to jump down to get that coin under the elevator. We just triple jump to it, and he did not have to dive or ground pound out of that triple jump, which is pretty precise.
I think, did he dive? Or did he not dive?
No, he didn't dive.
Okay. Well, it's not too precise if you jump from far enough, but yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can actually manipulate the elevator cycle in this game based on when we turn the camera all the way around. Like when we're at the lower level. So Rupa turned the camera around pretty early so that the cycle was going up as he got to it. And again, this stage has a red coin star and a switch star, so he's going to be getting both of them.
Something we maybe should have mentioned about swimming in DDD is in the original game you want to time your swims basically, do rhythmic swimming. In this game you can buffer your swims. So as soon as you see Mario enter the swimming animation, you want to release the swim button and then tap it again and buffer it and hold it until he starts again. The punish is if you hold it too long, he starts doing that continuous slow swim and then you lose a little time.
Yeah, swimming is hard, but it's not a timing thing. I mean, it is timing, but it's not like there's a specific rhythm you have to have like in the original. Alright, that was an easy Bowser kill.
Yeah.
You can actually grab Bowser before he even lands. And then just, that's it. It's basically over. Just hit the Bowser throw, forehead.
Swag ground pound right as the key spawns.
Okay, we have, what is that, 37 stars now?
Yeah, crazy how fast we got here.
Upstairs. So we only need 13 stars left. And then
Yeah, I'm wondering what he cuts out of upstairs because he did all these extra stars.
yeah, normally you go up with like 35 or 30, 34 or 36, somewhere
Yeah.
lower than this.
Unless I completely zoned out at one point. It looked like Reaper went into one stage there and then sort of immediately exited out. Was that after collecting something, or is there something that
No,
I've
he
missed
just
there?
went in to work back upstairs.
Okay.
Remember, he doesn't actually have the key to the basement, so he couldn't get out if he tried. He would have to walk. Yeah, he literally could not get back to the castle lobby with the amount of doors he's unlocked right now without exiting course.
Okay.
There's Wet
I
Dry
love
World.
how
That
you
was a
can
quick
just-
little star there.
Yep, you can just double jump, dive up there. No need to triple jump over to the spinning platform and hop over.
Yeah. Did you do the side flip to wall jump up there? It's a pretty precise side flip. I think you might do it again here for the
Yeah.
elevator star. Here it comes.
I've tried it. It's frustrating.
Yeah, that side flip. Oh man, nice landing there. Didn't take fall damage. Stopped himself with the
Yeah.
wall, and there we go.
Those wall kicks are easier in this game because you can slide down the wall, so you don't have only 5 frames to kick, and also changing your angles easier.
Oh yeah, wall kicks are so much better in this game. Like, it's unbelievable how much better they are. And triple jumps. We haven't talked about triple jumps, but they're just such an overpowered move.
You can ledge grab off of them,
That's true too.
and this like arrow lips movement is just insane to me. He could just take the warp and not even
Yeah,
lose that
this
much
takes
time.
like 1 second or like half a second over taking the warp.
But this is Rupa.
Yeah, take that 1 second. What were we just talking about? Oh yeah, wall jumps and triple jumps and how much better they are in this game. Mistake.
Oh, okay. Thinking about THI.
Forgot which painting to enter, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's just doing piranhas and top of the island here.
Well, yeah, that would make sense. You can
I
also
know in
do
the
like
regular route, there's
the switch
switch,
star.
right?
the switch stars in the cave where the red coins are. So that's the one you would enter the big side for. Ooh, he actually takes a hit on the piranha.
Getting in a fight with this boss.
Are these guys a boss? I guess they are a boss. Sort of a boss.
Yeah.
Triple jump here.
Wow. Something else to note here, in the original game, you want to get under a star and ground pound so that you can shoot down to the ground and do your star dance quickly. In this game, I believe it is generally faster to just touch a star while you're falling. You can ground pound under it and you'll still touch it, but you don't get that instant max fall speed.
Yeah, you don't get
So
the
that's why
ground
you'll see him like doing jumps over stars or little jumps into stars.
Yeah. After this star, okay, well, I'll mention it when it happens, but here's some slide kicks. Just to scale up the sheer mountain face. And now he's gonna hold L after this star, because for some reason, right after Mario gets back into the castle, it gives him control of the camera for a second. So if you press L, you can turn the camera around to face Mario's back, and then it's easier to exit this room, which is a cool little piece of tech. Now he's talking to Toad. Let's see if he can keep Y-Run through the whole Toad sequence. He still has it right now.
Wow.
Looks like he's going to do it. Oh, he lost Y-Run right at the end there, I think. Unless you can't keep it through a text box. I don't know. Anyway, here's TTM.
Assuming we're going to see 3 stars here. This top of the mountain movement is just crazy. We don't have mountain clip, but we do have these insane wall kicks, just like the mansion wall kicks.
Skiko kicks. Oh, he missed them. These are Skiko kicks. Shoutouts to Skiko. I don't know if he's asleep or if he's watching. He has a really weird sleep schedule. There we go.
Still much faster than the regular strat of like go around, have the wind blow you up,
It's 1
go
second
up the red
faster.
coin side of the mountain.
It's
Yeah.
like 1 second faster.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, it's, I mean, like maybe if you do it optimally, it's like a couple seconds, but still, it's not that much.
Yeah, I guess the wall kicks take some time because you're falling a lot in each one.
Yeah, and just getting up there. Anyway, here's red coins. This is just a skill-heavy star. Like, you just have to have a really clean move.
Yeah, we're seeing some speed kicks for him also. sort of similar to the original game. I know in original you have to like do a rollout, go neutral. In this game, if you just are holding jump and you tap punch button, you can do a kick and preserve your speed.
No, there's actually more to it than that. You can only do that if you can only preserve your speed through a kick if your facing angle and your like velocity, like the angle that you're actually moving at, are the exact same. So, in other words, the way that you usually see it is if you're holding up and you're holding L, like you're holding both of those, then Mario's facing angle will be the same as his movement angle, and then you can keep your speed after a kick. If your angles are just barely off, like if Mario is sort of drifting to the side as he's flying with a kick, you literally lose all your speed when you land. Ooh, there's a little bonk there. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. Anyway,
I've had some really infuriating speed kick moments where I'm just like trying to speed kick and I lose all my speed because it was off by a tiny amount that you couldn't see. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, he just did another really quick pause clip. To cheese this entire star, which is really good because the star is annoying.
Yeah, that pause clip is particularly hard for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a little challenging. I like to do it with a side flip because it's like a back flip, but you can do it from a running state. But yeah, it's still a lot better than having to do the star normally, where you have to be careful not to activate any text boxes or wind and absolutely get destroyed. Anyway, there's the bully.
Yep.
Still a pushover. Okay, this next star is one I'm really a big fan of this star. Just some really cool speed conservation and sliding tech. I love sliding and speed conservation. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, slides a little too far and accidentally. Wait, okay, I thought he was actually doing like something with the shell. No, he just accidentally got on the shell.
Just wanted to have some fun.
Oh yeah, here comes Mirror Clip.
On the show. Yeah, and I expect we'll see Mirror Clip here. So on the other side of the mirror here, there's a star you're supposed to get as Luigi. You're supposed to get a Power Flower, get Vanish Cap basically, and go through the mirror. Rupa's looks like he's gonna have to do a backup.
Yep, you just go right through that wall.
Doing a more consistent setup here. Still actually look like he kind of eyeballed it.
Mario is
but you can just go through the wall if you get perfect angle, long jump, and release up at the right moment.
Like you can just long jump and you'll.
But you can just go through the wall if you get perfect.
I think with Wario or Yoshi it'll be a lot harder. Anyway. Oh yeah, it's hard as Yoshi. But there's 50 stars, and now here comes the biggest trick of the run. In terms of how much it skips. Alright, look at the bottom screen now if it's on. Okay, he missed the entrance to Bits, but he had to navigate around in the dark there for a minute to find it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's all I can say. Wow.
We sort of just let that trick speak for itself as it went on, but I can kind of explain some parts of it as he does Bits. This is just going to be some nice movement. You can just enjoy the clean movement through Bits. But yeah, you can wall jump and get over that like border wall of like the tippy area, and then once you're out of bounds, there's actually some terrain out of bounds, and you can slide kick off it, and then if you're sliding and then you go over like sort of out of bounds terrain, this glitch happens called the Heaven's Portal, where you just warp all the way up to the top of the map basically, and then that's what we use to navigate. Just go over the entire the endless stairs trigger that warps you backwards. You can still hit it while you're in midair, so you have to be careful to avoid it. But anyway, here's Bowser's throws. There's one of them. Let's see if you can get them perfectly. Ooh, little miss there. That's alright. Bowser throws do take a little bit longer in this game. You have to spin them around for a lot longer than in the original. Well, sometimes. And yeah, there are some glitches that make this harder. Like Bowser's gravity. Ooh, he got landed on by Bowser there. He's at 1 health. He's got to be careful, guys. I don't know if he'll survive. Oh, he did it. All right, GG's. GG's in the chat for Rupa.
Nice. GG's.
Do we have a time for this run? Like how well is he doing?
The time I'm looking at the moment is just coming up on 43:20.
That's a pretty solid run. Ooh, misses the star. Oh, misses the star.
Oh, no.
Twice. Rupa got the star. There we
Hey,
go.
nice.
Maybe he was just messing with us a little.
Hardest
But
part of the
okay.
run.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid run, and he showed off a lot of cool strats. Missed the cancel in SSL, but that's okay because he got to show off a whole nother star. Yeah, that's 50 star. That's SM64DS, a better version of the game.
Alrighty, well that was a lot of fun. Thank you to Rupa. I know that we don't have them on the commentary with us, but they have done a brilliant job, and you two have done a great job on commentary as well. We'll drop a link to Rupa's channel in the Twitch chat in a second. But if people want to see some, I assume you two do a bit of Mario action. If people want to follow you, where can people find you?
Yeah, I like now that the summer's here, I'm trying to stream, a little bit more often. So yeah, I just stream at twitch.tv/Emily the Koopa. And yeah, I'm doing 150 star right now, which is, well, it's just a lot of fun. A lot of funny things happen in 150 star. You get to see every single star in the game. I just think it's a great category. MMW is a newer runner to this game, but he runs 50 star. And maybe some other categories. I'll let him tell. But,
Yeah, I've just started streaming. I don't know if it's something I'm going to be doing frequently, but I'm MMW817 on Twitch. We're doing OG Mario 64 and some co-op, and some of this game as well, and working on getting that sub 50 and 50 star.
Oh, nice. I don't think I even have a sub 50 and 50 star. I don't run this category very often. My mains are 80 and 150. But yeah, Rupa is. I'm just gonna
have to do something
talk about Rupa for a minute. Like I said, he has almost every world record in this game in its entirety. Like all the main categories world records. Like he has them by minutes. Like
Listen.
Wow.
Yeah, he has the any % world record, the 8-star world record, 50-star world record by like a minute, 80-star world record by 2 minutes almost. Yeah, and he's done one 150 run recently, so maybe he's starting to get into that category and finally get the last main board world record. But yeah, Rupa's just an insane runner. Yeah, always awesome to watch him play the game.
Awesome. Well, I hope everybody in chat had fun with that one. I know that I certainly did. I think there's certainly a lot of love to be had for this if we sort of separate it from the main console variation, but that is certainly not us done for Mario tonight on Going Places. Everybody, we are going to be back in a second with New Super Mario Bros. I need to check which run this is because we are having two different versions of, well, two different categories of New Super Mario Bros. Yeah, I mean, if one of the commentators can fill me in, I feel like I should know because it's my show, but I don't.
If I remember
like it's
correctly, it's
90%.
Yeah, we are going to be kicking off with any percent. That's very right. We are going to be throwing it over to Josh TGR. Yeah, make sure you stick around. Make sure you.
Oh, sorry. Last word. Someone,
Yeah, sure.
Anyone in chat that's interested in this game, try running it. It's amazing. Just don't expect it to be the exact same as the original 64, and just come into it with a blank slate, and it'll be an amazing, fun 3D platformer. You can run it on DS, 3DS, or even the Wii U Virtual Console. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Run this game, it's great. Not enough people play it.
Oh, awesome. Actually, whilst we're on that thought, if people do want to find out how to play the game, where is it best for them to learn?
Just join the Discord. There's a Discord that whatever, I'm pretty sure it's linked on speedrun.com or something. And then, usually the people are willing to help you. Sometimes they're a little sarcastic, but, it's a great community. There's even a guide run, like that someone did with commentary over the entire thing to teach you 80 star. And, some of that stuff's applicable to 50 star. But yeah, you can join the Discord. That's where you would start running this.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much. We are going to be cutting to a quick break, and I've just had word that we might actually be throwing a bit of a curveball out there. We might actually be going with Cannonless first, but either way, we will be seeing any percent later on. And yeah, so stick around. We're just going to have a short break. We're going to listen to some music, and we will be back with you very, very shortly. Whoa, what happened there? Nothing happened there. We are back. We have got some new Super Mario Brothers action, which we were promising you earlier. We had a few technical difficulties, but that is all right. Hopefully we are back in full swing as Josh is going to take us through this game. Hello once again, Josh and Spicy.
Hello for the definitely the first time.
Yeah,
as seen before, we are in New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, and I think we should just get it right into it.
Yeah.
So I'll just go in like 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
So can't really pull it again. The whole joke. We are using RNG manip, which not only lets us get the blue shell in the first and the second level there, but we can also using this new RNG manip. It's called Super Manip because it was made by Super. We can kind of know what's going on for the entire run.
Yeah,
because it works with magic.
It's a very powerful manip because we'll see it later in World 8. It's very powerful in that world.
And it does, in fact, work with magic. I think we should mention that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, as long as you do the right amount of double jumps in this level, since that's one of the things that affect RNG, you're just always going to get a blue shell.
Luigi.
Yeah. One thing that does happen in 1-2 that we didn't mention the first time is normally when you slide in the shell, you're slightly slower than if you were to be running it with a different power up. So we can fix that by not doing that. There we go.
Nice.
We call that quick side glitch, yeah. And when you get it, you kind of accelerate a little faster, and it gives you the speed that you should have if you were normally running.
Yeah, and it just allows us to be a little bit quicker in some of these levels.
And we will see that a few times.
I also just want to quickly point out those tiles right at the end of 1-2, where they're all lined up. Usually that is not how it's supposed to look, because those tiles are actually random. But because of the specific RNG manip we are doing, it forces all those tiles to line up.
Yeah, it looks kind of funny, honestly.
It's also a good indicator to see if it's worked properly.
Mm-hmm. So this is task cycle. You kind of have that tight wall kick there. And a couple other tight little movement thingies that we used to think were very difficult, and now we just kind of do them. The classic speedrun thing.
Yeah, I think this level, we took the strat from a tool-assisted run.
Whoops. Oh, that sucks.
Oh. It's fine, we made it in there.
Man, I love Breakout for the Super Mario.
Yeah, it can be a bit tricky to get in those gaps sometimes.
I've been doing that all day, missing that jump. Oh, I should mute my phone.
And now we're going to be taking the cannon to skip all the way to World 5.
That was why we needed the shell there, that level right there, so we could break those blocks. But we're gonna keep the shell, because it's actually kind of useful in quite a few instances. This level, we're gonna see a different kind of movement type you can do with the shell, instead of QSG. I'm gonna go over the jumping I'm doing, dudes.
Yeah. So yeah, here we're going to see Josh jumping in and out of the shell repeatedly over the course of this level. And again, that's because if you're normally sliding in shell, it's about 8% slower than normal running. So we just pop out of shell every now and then to make sure that we get to that faster speed. And it just helps save us a little couple seconds over the course of the run.
Alright, a little thing going on behind the scenes is that hopefully we should just red block out. Oh, okay, well now it's kind of useless because the red block went to 5A.
Oh,
But
that's
if the red block
unfortunate.
went, yeah, if it were to go to 5-2, I would hit it, and that would cause it to despawn, of course. And the red blocks just respawn whenever your score hits like a multiple of 50,000. So what we would do is get exactly like 100,000 in 5-1. That way, that you won't hit 100,000 in 5-2 and it won't respawn right away. Which just kind of saves a couple seconds actually. Makes the World 5 moving really quick.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how the score counter actually plays quite an important role in speedruns for this game right now. Also, something else to quickly mention is that when we touch each of these flagpoles, we're going to be turning to face the left just before we touch them. And that's because when you touch a flagpole, a brief animation will play where Luigi will spin around to face the left and then jump off. But if we touch the flagpole facing left already, then it skips that animation.
Oh wow, that seems really minor, but I imagine with the fact that you hit a flagpole quite a few times in a run, how much time does that save? Like,
Saves like about 3 seconds, I think, over the course of this run. So it does add. It definitely adds
Oh,
up.
hey.
Yeah.
Every little counts.
I didn't do it there.
Nice.
A nice timing, but
Oh.
oh, yeah, we kind
That's
of just like we kind of grazed over it. But I just did something called hyperspeed. You saw me pick up the shell and throw it, and then that if you jump at the right time after throwing the shell on this slope, you just get a lot of X speed, and you just kind of start zooming. And as long as you don't really touch the ground, you can kind of keep that speed. I didn't do the best job keeping it, but still kind of save time with it.
Yeah, you have to do frame perfect jumps in order to maintain that speed for quite some distance, so it's relatively hard to maintain.
That was not the best ghost house. Kind of messed up a couple things, but we'll still take it.
Yeah, and now we've just got this long auto-scrolling section that we're gonna have to sit through.
Oh, we love auto-scrollers. What makes this auto-scroller so special?
Well, you can actually skip this auto-scroller completely if you are a tool-assisted run.
Oh, they always get the fun,
Yeah.
don't they? This TAS person, how dare they? How dare they
Yeah,
have
the
so
way
much
the
fun?
TAS does it is because the TAS has complete control over the game's RNG. What the TAS will do is pick up an extra blue shell in 5-3 and then collect a mini mushroom at the start of the ghost house, which will then allow us to wall kick all the way up that elevator shaft.
Nifty.
So yeah, if we were able to do that in real-time runs, it would probably save about 8 or so seconds.
It'll be in about one day.
Yeah, hopefully. This new RNG minute for any percent makes it seem promising, but there's still a lot more work that needs to be done before it's really viable.
Definitely, yeah. Although now it's like a 7 or 8% chance instead of like a below 1% chance of happening. So, 'cause 8-1. Not really much happens here. This is the crows. They try to follow you, and then we just bounce off of them anyways.
Yeah, a lot of people think that those crows are actually RNG, but they swoop down to match your vertical level. So you can kind of control them if you keep doing the same thing every time.
This level is kind of one of the main reasons why we have the shell. Not only because it's a water level, which means that the shell just lets you swim faster. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
There's also this thing right here. If I can get it. Uh-oh. I swear I'm doing this for a reason. Oh no.
You can do it.
Uh-oh. Okay, 2 more. There we go.
Hey. So, yeah, so what happened there is that we basically just did a double jump mid-air with the shell. It's definitely one of the weirder tricks in this game. So, as it turns out, if you manage to get a jump that reaches exactly 0 Y velocity at your peak, and if you then unmorph out of the shell on the exact same frame, it just gives you a double jump like that. So yeah, it's a very precise trick. It's frame perfect, but it saves a lot of time if you can get it first or second try.
There, I actually lost like 6-7 seconds, but oh well.
Oh, we'll just
Happens.
yeah, we'll just pretend that it saved time.
I definitely did save time. What I said there, I didn't say that. Yeah, I saved time. If I would have given up, then I would have missed barrel jump.
Exactly.
And lost time. That was a cycle skip using the shell. You can just kind of squeeze through there.
Very
One
nice.
of the many benefits. Alright, we're gonna face Bowser Jr., and he likes to hide in his shell. But we're not gonna let him get in the shell. That is a bit tighter than it looks. You only have a small window to actually hit him. But we can just use it cues.
Yeah, that jump is somewhat precise, but you can definitely use like the ground tiles there as a nice little visual cue for it.
And then for the second and third hits, you just do like a full jump and then a little jump, and it just lines up perfectly. We have more water here. This time we're going up even more, so good mash on the old fingers.
Yeah.
I'm very glad I'm glad there's that 2 buttons that swim, both A and B.
Yeah, it really helps with the mashing.
Unless you're Wallace, I think you only use 1 button, I think, all the time. Although we also kind of like made the game the way it is. So
Yeah,
you have a lot
shouts
to
to
thank for
Walrus.
Wallace.
But yeah,
This is quite boring. Right there, that was the Ninja Fish's treasure, one of Wallace's trademarks actually. That fish kind of hides behind the coins, and then you can steal those coins and avoid him. And it means nothing at all, but it's there.
yeah. If you're not paying attention, it's you can actually get caught out by him. I know I've done it a few times.
Yeah, definitely.
And it seems that Josh is going to be keeping his shell for later on in the run.
Yeah, but usually, well, now we're back to getting rid of it at the end of 8-3. We've been flipping back and forth between keeping and losing shell.
Yeah,
This
there's
is
sort
not
of
good.
2 main power-up routes for this, sort of like the last few levels of this game. You can either take damage at the end of 8-3 and equip a Fire Flower, and then you play the rest of the game with a Fire Flower, or you can do what Josh is doing right now and keep the shell. It actually, well, we switched over to the shell initially because it was discovered that you can do a very precise trick in the second to last level of this game, but it would save a lot of time. But now we figured out that there's an alternative way to do the same trick, but with a fire flower. So now both routes are actually pretty much equal now.
This is a little messy because I messed up the QSG. I was kind of scared of that part right there. Use the shelter.
Yeah, that's a very tight little slide into the gap right there.
You do it with the fire as well, with a well-timed crouch. I don't know if I can skip fireworks. I didn't see when I entered the door. It's not really fireworks, but...
It might be good.
Well, no, I can't now. That sucks. I guess we're doing fire rounds.
Oh well.
Probably explain what the fireworks are.
Yeah, so the fireworks are pretty much when you match the last 2 digits on the in-game timer. What would normally happen if this was like a level with a flagpole is that you'd have a very short cutscene where a bunch of fireworks go off and a toad house spawns at the front of the world map. So yeah, that obviously loses us quite a bit of time, so we want to try and avoid lining up those last 2 digits on the timer whenever possible.
Alright, so this is the gauntlet of levels here, because they're all quite difficult. And it's kind of signified by crossing that bridge. That bridge used to be a major problem, because, like, if you had the red block or hamburger across it, you would lose this, like, 3 seconds, just like that, because you have to wait for it. But that is no longer a problem, because we are in control of the RNG, mostly.
Yeah, we used to lose a lot of runs just to getting a bad bridge movement just on the world map, but now it's actually impossible for that to actually happen.
Yeah, if on the like bottom screen map, you can see where they are. 2 little dots. They'll always be on 8-1 and 8-2 like the rest of the run.
Yeah. And sort of the reason why that works, just to give a little more depth, is because the RNG manip we're using, it forces the game to cycle between the same 8 random number values, and it just so happens that all 8 of those values correspond to those blocks always going left. So it's literally impossible for them to even make it all the way up here now.
That was not a very good 8-6. That one usually looks a lot better, but I think like everything went wrong.
It's alright.
At least I didn't die.
Yeah, it could have gone worse.
This is 8-7, another interesting level. Right here, we're gonna do the fire hops. Actually mentioning the trick we're doing, cool.
Nice. So yeah, what's happened there is we've used the fireball animation to cancel the ledge grab. Oh.
That was all my fault because I let go of the L button too early, and I'm not used to jumping there.
Well, I guess we're doing a low percent run now.
Don't kill me. Thank you. I'm gonna grab the red coins here. Oh, shit!
Oh. Oh no.
That was almost bad.
Oof. Yeah, almost.
I think the best thing I can do is grab a power-up in this level, actually.
Yeah,
I hope that doesn't mess up things.
I think there's one you can get after grabbing the star, which might be
best.
best.
There's that one. I think grabbing that first one's actually good, but I don't remember. I've only tried it once. Please don't kill me. Alright, cool. Had bad luck there today. Ooh, that was cool.
Nice. That was a very funky brick break.
That was definitely intentional. So yeah, those volcanic rocks there, they are RNG, but thanks to the manip, there's only a couple things that can happen. So 7 out of 8 of the time, you should be fine. Today I learned that there's a 1 out of 8 where you're not fine, but...
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do that right. It's okay.
So 8 Tower 2, this is probably one of the more infamous levels of the run now. And,
No. Oh, shoot, I hate backing that up so much.
yeah, it's really hard to see where to go there, but yeah, what we tried to do there was do a very tight triple jump wall jump up to try and run across those spikes and grab the checkpoint. Because then what we can do is, once we've grabbed the checkpoint, we can then die and reset the snake block all the way up where the checkpoint is. And it actually saves quite a lot of time if you do the full skip. I think it's like 12 to 15 seconds or something.
It is quite a lot. I could have done the old strat normally, but that's lame. That's not new. I can still do it there in like say half a second though, so. It's like low percent now. No power-ups. Just gotta run around a bit.
Yeah, there's not really much to do in this level now. It's pretty much just an auto-scroller from this point onwards.
Just gotta make sure to grab 2 power-ups here. We use the red coin and a block up top.
Now, I'd be interested to know, so this is any percent, and we're going to have Cannonless on next. Is this something that both of you have run?
Yes.
This category?
We've both run both categories.
Okay, now, again, I mentioned this earlier when we were talking about opinions. It doesn't matter about the feelings of the other person in this call, but do you have one that you prefer over the other? Is there one that you would say is better, in inverted commas?
I don't know, for me it probably depends on what I feel like running.
Fair enough.
Most of the time I would say Cannonless just because it has like more to the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool movement that we're going to get to see in Cannonless.
Yeah, one of the only like downsides to Cannonless is that it can be like kind of hard to like finish a run since some of the mistakes can like really just like destroy you.
Yeah, and it also features probably some of the most brutal levels in the game.
Yeah, any percent's pretty chill because a lot can happen and you'll still be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you might not be fine
Interesting.
like inside, but at least you can finish the run. Like right now, I don't know if I'm fine inside because I'm just looking at the gauntlet time. I guess 2 deaths will do that to you.
Yeah, any percent can do that to someone.
Yeah, this level's pretty cool. It's kind of the longest level in the game if you don't look at the in-game time. It's technically 8-3 has spend more time in that level according to the in-game time. Yeah, we grab the flower, but we don't actually need the power-ups anymore, so we're just gonna get rid of them.
Yeah, it's much faster here to just damage boost through everything. The fire flower is pretty much completely irrelevant at this point. And we're also just going to be going back and forth here, flipping these switches, which will allow us to access various other rooms to progress in the level.
Got the maze room here. Oh, I might have hit the switch early. Yes, I did. That was almost going to be a really good castle, too.
Yeah, it was looking really good. Nice.
now we just gotta kind of go through these corridors here. A little callback to SMB1 here. Gotta take the right path. The right path is the alleged hardest path.
Yeah, they always throw the most obstacles right where you need to go. And we've got the final boss now.
Ooh, he didn't stare at me. That's actually a shock.
That's very nice.
Alright, this is gonna be a very difficult boss fight, very long actually. And it's over, okay. That's the end of the
Nice.
game.
GG.
Nice, is that time?
Yeah, that was time. Probably should have had a warning, but
Nice.
yeah. Now we know for
That's all right.
Cannonless.
We'll have a surprise GG. Nicely done. That was certainly a boss fight.
You're supposed to like finish off Bowser Jr., then Bowser gets mad at you and starts like shooting fire everywhere.
Yeah, why bother making it more dramatic than it needs to be? Let's just finish the boss.
Hey,
And,
just-
oh, brilliant! That was a good run. Thank you very much. I know we had it on earlier with Super Mario 64, but I think a lot of people, this might have sparked their interest in this particular game. If people wanted to speedrun it, where would they find the right resources to get started?
Well, on the speedrun.com website, there's a link to our Discord server, or like the NSME series Discord, if you want to find really any of the NSME games. And in there's a ton of stuff that's like pinned in the messages that can get you started. And there's a ton of people that can answer any questions you have.
Yeah,
Nice.
just join that Discord, and if you want to run the game, and everyone there is more than happy to help.
Yeah, and usually there's like a ton of people
Awesome.
around when summer hits.
And if people want to find more of this, I assume you might do. If you do a bit of streaming of this, where can people find you?
I mean, there's my Twitch channel, I guess, like which is like Josh TGR with an underscore, because I can't get it without the underscore. And then it's not necessarily just me, but there is actually a tournament for this game next month for any percent,
Ooh,
and there'll definitely be a ton of exciting races there.
Yeah, absolutely.
awesome.
About the tournament as well, this is also the first time for this game that we're having a prize pool for this tournament. So if you're interested in looking at that, I would definitely keep an eye out on over the summer.
Awesome, that is really cool. We'll make sure if if one of you hooks me up with a link to that, then we can post that in the chat. But that was any percent done by Josh, and we are now going to be taking a quick break as we get Spicy Noodles set up, who is going to be showing off what the Cannonless run of this game looks like. So don't go anywhere. We will be back very shortly. Enjoy the tunes whilst we're having a little break. Sort of get up. You can have a little stretch. Make sure you're hydrated, and we will come back with some more gaming very, very soon. Hello everybody, welcome back to Going Places. We have had a lot of Mario action on today. We are looking at the part that's sort of the theme of this show, where we're having a look at handheld titles. I don't know how many region exclusives there are for Mario. Maybe that's something that we need to look into in the future. We have had New Super Mario Bros. Earlier on. We also had Mario 64 for the DS, if that's something that you didn't catch earlier and something that you'd like to catch up on, then those will be going up on our YouTube channel, as well as a select few highlights. We'll be making it into our weekly highlights show on Games Done Quick Highlights, which you can also find on YouTube. Just a quick reminder before we go into this run, your subs, gift subs, and Prime Gaming subs, and bits as well, help support these hotfix shows to run. So please consider supporting this daily content if you enjoy them. I know I enjoy them. And, well, how have you guys been enjoying them? Let's throw it over to Josh and Spicy Noodles.
Alright, hello everyone. I am Spicy Noodles, and I'm going to be joined by Josh on commentary for this run.
Hello, it is me, Josh.
And yeah, we're going to be doing Cannonless for this game now. So I guess if Josh wants to count me in, we'll get this started.
Yeah, sure. It's gonna be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Cool. Alright, so I'm going to sort of explain what this run actually is. So, in any percent that we just had, we used the warp cannons from World 1 and World 5 to skip large chunks of the game out and run right to the end. But this category, we're not actually allowed to use those. So we're going to have to go through each and every world, which means we get to play a lot more levels this time round.
It's gonna look pretty similar to any percent at the beginning here. It's gonna be entering 1-1 and jumping around like Luigi does.
So
I
yeah,
find it kind of interesting now, like Bowser Jr. does everything in this game. Like he's the one that takes speech. You see him a lot more in this game. See him like 3-4 times in the run.
yeah. Alright. And for this category, just like any percent, we're also looking to try and get a blue shell in 1-2. Because it's going to be very useful for us later on in the run.
I sure hope we can get that one.
Let's see if it is. Whoa, it's a blue shell.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah,
No way, I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. A blue shell in this game, this speedrun. Who would have thought?
It's a shock to me too, honestly. Alright, gonna go up again. It's kind of like SMB1. And look at all those cloud. Look at those tiles.
yeah, the
Call them
tiles are
cloud
really
tiles.
funny there.
You actually have names for all the tiles.
Yeah, it just makes it easier to find setups for it if we give them all names.
Yeah, we called it task cycle and any percent because we go even further. We call it Hartman cycle, named after the tasser.
There we go. Fairly tight jump at the start right there, but it's no issue. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to wait for a cycle here. So I missed the jump right there, but this is fine. It only loses
call it-
about 4 seconds or something, so it's not
just
too
the-
big of an issue.
Just a fake cycle, you know? It's not Hartman, it's fake Hartman cycle. Uzi, one of the well, I think he still passes every now and then, but he's one of the tassers that we have. We would see a lot of Bowser Jr. just kind of walking across the map, taking Peach away.
Yep. Alright, so going into 1-4, we're going to be doing a lot of jumping in and out of the shell here, just like we did in 5-1 and 8-1 in any percent. And again, it's done so that we can just go up to our faster running speed, because normally we're about 8% slower in the blue shell.
Honestly, like the movement you have to do with shell is pretty interesting. That's one of the reasons why I really like this game. It's not just like run.
Yeah,
You actually have to. I mean, there's a few levels with the shell. Like we saw in 1-2. Instead of unmorphing, we did the quick side glitch to it just basically lets us stay in the shell, but we don't lose that 8% speed. See that? I think in World 3 quite a bit.
yeah, we use QSG an awful lot in World 3, so
It's in like
Keep an
every
eye out
level,
for that.
technically.
yeah, pretty much every level in World 3 can use a QSG at least once in there. So one thing I want to quickly point out about this level real quick is that right at the start of level we actually collected 2 star coins, which is actually going to be quite important for us later in the run. Because by the time we get to World 5, we actually want to have collected at least 10 of them, sort of for halfway through World 5. And we'll see why when we get there.
Yeah, there's like...
The anticipation. Any guesses in chat as to why we're going to keep those coins? Be interesting to see.
Yeah, have a guess.
This is a slightly cycle-based with this middle part, but there's not really any worry of
we have
missing
to wait
the cycle.
There, and once again we're using a QSG there to make sure we don't have to deal with all these ropes. We can just slide all the way over them.
It is quite nice.
Alright, so coming up we are going to have our first encounter with Bowser. It should be a pretty difficult boss fight, I think. So hopefully it all goes well. Okay, through, we made it.
That's good to hear.
Nice. So now we can progress on to World 2.
We just watches as Bowser burns. It's not really nice of him. I'm not really sure why he doesn't help out a little, but I don't know. We'll see Bowser later.
Alright. So in 2-1, we are once again going to be making use of unmorphs, but you'll also see that we are also scrolling the screen to the right, and what that does is it loads all these pokies in earlier, so it gives them time to move out of the way before we get there, and it just makes the whole level just a bit easier for us.
And we'll see at the end, he's gonna get, when he touches the flagpole, he's at the in-game time on the top right, it's gonna be 267. That's like a little significant in a few levels, because if it were to be 266 and those last two digits were to match, then you'd get this nice fireworks display that likes to take a few seconds. And then the camera will scroll all the way to the left of the world, and then it'll just like show, hey, you got a Toad House. But it's quite slow, so we don't want that to happen. It's kind of like important to watch your time in a few of the levels.
Yeah, some of the levels in coming up especially, I think 7 Ghost House, when we get to there, that's a level where fireworks kind of come into play.
And if you really like make a couple bonks in a couple levels, then it's kind of problematic.
Yeah, so like if we bonked in 2-1 right there, then there's a good chance we could have ended on a 266, which we wouldn't have wanted.
This is a pretty cool level. We're gonna go inside the pipes.
And we're also going to use those Koopas right there for a quick hyperspeed. If you want to explain what that is, Josh?
Of course, so when you throw a shell and you have the shell, you get quite a bit of speed from you kind of use speed from the slopes, and you throw a shell and you jump at the right time, you can kind of save that speed that you have from the slopes.
Oops. Okay, we just missed this way we were supposed to go there, but that's not an issue. And yeah, we're also going to be taking a secret exit in this level, which will allow us to play another level and effectively allow us to skip most of World 2.
Yeah, we don't actually need World 2. It's just a suggestion, the middle.
Yeah, we're just going to take the fastest route we can through World 2.
Alright, this level right here has these kind of spinny trampoline things, and you kind of launch off them, start spinning in the air. Normally you go a lot slower with these, but if you just hold neutral, just let go of the D-pad, then you just keep that maximum speed from running, and it is quite useful.
Yeah, Holding neutral is also useful in quite a few other places for this game. So like, we'll see later on in the World 5 Castle that we can utilize a similar thing on the conveyor belts that will be in that level when we get there.
I think holding neutral is like useful in like every NSMB game. Like I swear, like every like 6 months there's some new discovery. Like, oh, you just hold neutral here. It's like, wow, why didn't we think of that? It happens every 6 months in one of the games.
Pretty much. All right, so 2- Castle is probably one of the most crucial levels to get right in this route because we've got some very tight jumps coming up.
Oh, you do that a lot different than I do, and it really scared me.
All right, there we go. So yeah, those jumps are a lot harder than they seem, but...
I was about to say, you did make that look incredibly smooth, but I imagine that's super tight.
Fun fact, we actually stole that from the TAS as well, so...
You love to hear it. You love to hear it.
Yeah, and also that clip right there, that's a very easy clip in this game. You literally just crouch jump into the ceiling and uncrouch, and you just get pushed through.
It really just works. It just works. With the Omapoki boss here. And if you ground pound, I don't know if you mentioned this. If you ground pound an enemy in this game, it does like 2 hits instead of 1. That's why we're able to kind of defeat a lot of the bosses in 2 hits. It's quite useful knowledge.
Definitely. Alright, so going into World 3, this is the world that, where the shell actually starts to become quite useful. Because a lot of the levels here are made much faster using the shell.
Is anyone thirsty? A lot of water in this world, so I was just like wondering.
Yeah, so yeah, this is the main reason why we want that blue shell, because this is an underwater level, and you have a much faster swimming speed while in shell. We're also picking up a backup shell right there, which is nice to have if we need it, but ideally we want to keep it until... Okay, well, never mind. I was going to say we ideally want to keep it until like the end of World 7 if we can, but... You know,
that was a nice despawn.
We can use it right there. It's no issue.
Maybe we got lucky later and get a shell, although that's kind of uncommon.
Yeah, there is chances to get another shell later, but it doesn't really matter if we can't get one.
But I think it's like a 1 in 8 in... Yeah, we'll see though. Here we're gonna see the QSG, a quick side glitch, called the QSG, mainly so we can just say Q.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we're gonna see a lot of QSGs being used in some of these World 3 levels, and that's mainly because a lot of these levels have a ledge right towards the very start, which makes it perfect for us to just do the trick off of. And there we go. Just barely able to skip the fireworks in this level.
We got a level full of pipes here in 3B. You see, you just gonna get on the lip of the pipe there.
Yep,
and just go. It's not too bad. There's like a visual cue for that.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but... And also, once again, using a QSG to breeze through the level. So I always thought it was a bit of a weird theme for a World 3 level. It's just pipes.
It's an interesting world, to be fair.
Yeah, it's interesting because World 3 is like the water theme, but we only actually play one underwater level in World 3.
That's a good thing, though. No one wants to play more than one.
Exactly.
I think we spend more time in the water in World 8 than we do in World 3.
Honestly, that would not surprise me at all.
We know we definitely do, because 8-3 is kind of long.
Yeah.
We go in the pipe in order to go in. That pipe is faster. It's supposed to be like a secret pipe. But we just use it because it's faster than going to the other pipe and going all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
Like the shell has this like little quirk where you can just not get hit by things if you're not going at full speed. So you just kind of phase through here.
Yeah, we're gonna abuse that mechanic an awful lot in this castle. So it looks like we should probably be getting hit by a lot of these spike pillars, but because of the shell's invulnerability, we can just jump right on through them. Oh, and
Oh my god.
that was okay. That was funny.
That's spoilers for later. Oh my god.
Yeah, if you want, you can explain what just happened there, but
Alright.
was not expecting that at all.
The shell has this nice little quirk where if you can get your life velocity at 0 and then unmorph on that frame where your life velocity is 0, you just do another jump.
Yeah, and that, funnily enough, that actually requires 2 frame perfect inputs to pull off, so I'm kind of amazed that it happened there. So yeah, and now we're going to be entering World 5, interestingly enough.
5, I think we've seen this before.
Yeah, this looks a bit familiar, but we're going to be taking a slightly different route to what we did in any percent. So, we'll definitely be seeing some different levels being played.
This is the only similar level, actually.
Yeah, this is the only level that we play in World 5 that's the same in both categories.
And then there's just like World 8, which is just there.
And this is also the part where we're gonna actually use some of those star coins that we were saving up. So it turns out that after 5-1 there's this split path, and it turns out the level 5-A is actually much faster than 5-2, even with buying this star coin gate. And each gate requires 5 star coins, so we needed at least 5 there in order to unlock this level.
Luckily, the developers are nice enough to just kind of put them in our way, and we just kind of grab them.
Yeah, there's like 11 or 12 good star coins I think you can grab without losing any time at all in this run, so there's plenty of chances to get all that you need. And we're also going to be playing 5 Tower next, which is personally one of my favourite levels in this category, and you'll see why, hopefully, in a second. Which,
Man, you like auto-scrollers? You weird.
yeah, one of my favourite levels in this game is an auto-scroller, but it's for a good reason, which will be apparent when we get about halfway through the level. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do right now, but...
Well, not if it's not a task. There's like the shell jump, the double jump that he's kind of attempting. The shell can just do that at will, and it is very useful in this level. Like, the task would have been done with the level like 20 seconds ago.
Oh yeah, the task would have finished the level by now, but... Alright, so here we're getting to the good part, and I'm going to concentrate for this. Oops, okay. And there we go.
Perfect.
Wow, was that all off-screen platform?
Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, all those
I was thinking,
platforms.
just where's this guy gone? Where's this guy gone?
Yeah.
He's disappeared.
So,
that was nice. Well
Yeah,
done.
all those platforms are actually loaded, and we get to just use them and make our way to the boss store. But it's pretty difficult to pull off, as obviously you've got no camera there. The only thing you really have to help you is the bottom screen, which can help you gauge where you are for jumping, because the Luigi icon on the bottom map for towers sort of follows your vertical position. So you can kind of use that to help gauge when you need to jump, but other than that, it's all completely blind. Okay, I was hoping that Hammer Bro might give a shell there, but it didn't, so... And also, this level is why we need the blue shell. Or why we need to keep the blue shell for so long. Because we're going to be taking a secret exit, but we can only get the secret exit if we have the shell. So right there, to break those blocks, we wouldn't be able to break them if we didn't have a shell.
Secret exit's so secret that it's like always on screen. Or at least like the pipe is. It's a very good thing that the secret exit exists, because without it we'd have to play like 5C, which isn't that bad of a level, but then we'd have to play 5-4, which is like a 3-minute auto-scroller.
Yeah, it's good that we can just skip all those levels. Okay, so 5 castle, here are the conveyors I was talking about earlier. We can maintain speed off of those for holding neutral on the forward-moving conveyors. Oh, missed a jump there.
That was almost bad.
Almost, but it's fine. And also, something interesting about these conveyors, on the backwards moving ones, that's not what we wanted. That's
okay, we don't need the shell.
Yeah, we don't need shell, thankfully, but it's going to be a bit more awkward to play now. That kind of sucks, though. Yeah, I'll use this fire flower that we've got as a backup, and grab another.
That is important, the extra backup.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we'll see why when we get to it.
Stay tuned to find out.
Alright, so here, we're going to try and pick up a mini mushroom. There we go. And yeah, we need a mini mushroom here, because we're going to want to go to World 7, which is much faster than World 6. But the only way for us to unlock it is by beating this boss fight with the mini mushroom.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only way to like damage really anything with the mini mushroom is to ground pound it.
Yeah, so it does make this fight a little harder, but it's nothing we can't handle.
You are cutting that extremely close, considering that guy's hitbox.
And that's World 5 done. And now, here we'll see that because we're mini at the end of this level, we're gonna duck under, flip this sign and head off to World 7.
World 6 has no secret exits, actually. And it has a lot of levels.
Yeah, World 6 is just long. I think World 6 is like 8 or 10 levels or something, whereas World 7 is just 5. And I'm also saving right there, just because this level is somewhat difficult, because you have to do it all with mini. And yeah, we kind of abuse the mini mushroom's floatiness here to skip large chunks of these platforming sections.
Yeah, we don't actually need to play the level.
Oh, okay, I wanted to go top route, but I guess we're going into the bottom instead. This might be bad for me, because I can hear a fire alarm going off.
Oh no. Not the roommate again.
This is, interesting.
Oh shoot, I can kind of hear it over the mic.
Yeah, Is it possible to pause and come back later? Because,
We can most certainly pause.
yeah.
Yep. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I believe we have a fully intact spicy noodles after a fire alarm scare there, but I think everything has settled down. Hopefully, it won't go off again because we want to see the rest of this run. We're only 24 minutes in. We've got at least, well, about another sort of half of the run to go. So, without further ado, we don't want to wait around here any much longer. Spicy, let us know when we are going to kick off again.
Two, one, and go.
Luigi.
So yeah, very sorry about the fire alarm, by the way. It's just unfortunately, I'm currently at university, and yeah, some of the people here have questionable cooking skills, to say the least. But anyway, we're in 7 Ghost House right now, and we're actually going to be taking a secret exit in this level. And that'll allow us to skip quite a few of these World 7 stages that otherwise would be quite long auto-scrollers.
No one likes those, unless you can skip them.
Yeah, I think 7-2 is a pretty cool auto-scroller for
I do.
a big skip, but unfortunately we don't play that in this category.
This level is pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to commentate much because I have to concentrate for this level.
And then he comes in a lot of help here, as we will see.
Okay, we missed a jump there, but it's not an issue. We wouldn't be able to get a faster cycle anyway.
Oh, you're still able to get it.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, that's the fastest cycle you're able to do on this level. It's a pretty cool cycle.
Especially love the clip through the spikes.
And also this kill on Bowser Jr. It's somewhat precise, but yeah, really cool to pull off.
Hey, you did make that one look easy. That was nicely done.
You have to enter the boss at like the right time in order for him to throw the shell at himself.
Yeah, so there's different cycles you can enter the door on, depending on how good your tower was beforehand. And you could just make Junior throw his shell into him.
Yeah, stop hitting yourself. Ooh. This level is, it just kind of exists.
Yeah, it's sort of one of those passing levels that we have to do. And also, this here is why we need the mini mushroom to go into this pipe, which will allow us to skip straight onto the castle.
For me, Luigi.
This is an extremely exciting castle. It's so exciting that it's actually an auto-scroller. They had to like tone down the excitement by making it kind of an auto-scroller.
Yeah, unfortunately this level, it's pretty much just one big snake block. So yeah, there's not much we can really do to skip this. We're just gonna have to pretty much wait it out.
In future tasks, we can skip the second half.
Yeah, I mean there are some small skips we can do. When we get to about the halfway point, we're going to be able to jump off this snake block and be able to go to the checkpoint. I think it's coming up about here. So yeah, you can jump across that gap like that. But yeah, this part, there's not really much else we can do. We just have to ride it out. But like Josh said, the task for this category is actually pretty interesting to watch, but the TAS can just skip this whole section. It's pretty crazy.
Do you have the Cannonless TAS? I don't think it's updated, but it has like so much cool stuff in it with the show.
Yeah. All the tests for this game are very interesting. I would definitely recommend watching them if you just like the tech in this game.
Whilst we've got the time, whilst we're scrolling the auto, I mean, it's sort of, I imagine you're probably going to try and forget about it happening, but have either of you had cooking disasters? I know it's an odd question, people who might have just come in might not know why, but have you had any cooking disasters that might have led to a fire alarm?
I think I was like making pancakes when I was like 12 and I set it off. I'm not sure how I did it, but I think I was home alone too, so I was like, what do I do?
Oh no.
It was right after we moved, so I had no idea how the fire alarm worked.
Oh, okay. I think this is fine. Yeah. Okay, we missed.
How did into the pit?
We missed a quick kill there, but. Oh, okay. Oh my god, he sniped me. Alright, this is slightly less than ideal, but
Yay for me, Luigi!
we'll be able to power up in the next level, so it's all good.
Nice.
Unfortunately, we don't have the shell, so we can't do the cool early World 8 movement.
Yeah, usually we would have a shell entering World 8, but unfortunately, for runs like these, it's not always going to be possible. I might actually just play this level small and get power-ups in 8-2 and in the castle.
That's what I usually do, honestly, in this situation. Here with the show why we have the shell in water levels.
Yeah, we're gonna we've got a water level coming up next, and we're gonna see the difference that not having a shell will make. Because it's gonna be a fair bit slower to not have shell. Alright, so I'm going to go off to the right here, because I want to get this power up quickly. And unfortunately we can't do the skip we normally would with shell here. But we can do that instead. A nice little yump off of the switch there.
It's a classic. Like, the main thing that honestly sucks about not having shell in water levels isn't really the speed. It's, you can't really control as well. Like, it takes a long time for you to turn it around.
You sort of have to plan out your movement before you want to do it. Just because you're that much slower without the shell.
Yay for me, Luigi!
And then in 8 tower, we're gonna get a fire flower right at the start.
Luigi!
So we'll be fully powered up again.
Actually, I wonder if you could hit the handbill since he's usually on this level.
Alright, well we missed the cycle. I think you can, but oh my god, this is, it's all falling apart. Let's see what he gives. Yeah, fire flower. Alright, well this is a little less than ideal, unfortunately, but...
Yeah, missing that beginning, it just like instantly loses a lot of time.
Yeah, it's very easy in this level, especially to just lose a lot of time. And we also have to be pushed by that block there, because we don't have the shell to skip it. And also waiting for all these cycles.
Yeah, the cycles like fall apart if you don't get the best one. It's honestly kind of crazy how the best cycle just lines up so well.
Yep, and also because we have the Fire Flower, we can just dump fireballs into Bowser Jr. instead of having to go for the somewhat precise jump onto him.
This level is going to be a little sad.
Yeah, the start part of this level is going to be quite a bit slower, just because we don't have the shell. So it's going to make a lot of movement a bit tighter as well. But in the section after the checkpoint, we'll be able to use some of the bubble jets in this level to increase our speed slightly and try and catch up a bit. So these bubble jets also work quite similar to 2-A, where if you hold neutral while you swim through them, you get to just carry all of the momentum that they give you. It's quite useful to help save time in this level when you don't have shell.
If only there wasn't the water there to drag you down. They should just drain this level. That would make it a lot better, honestly.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Might be hard to get the second star coin, but oh well.
Who cares? Just gotta do a shell double jump for it. Alright, and that wall kick is actually impossible.
It's a proven fact.
Yeah.
Luigi.
Hardest wall kick in the game, that one.
I just was really forgotten like the entire period of time without mentioning pixel stops.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
those things are a quite annoying feature of this game.
There's this nice little quirk of the game where if you land on the first pixel of like some like ground or something, and if you're like not expecting it, you just lose all of your momentum. It's just like the first pixel of anything, but also on the any like vertically moving platform, it could happen at like more than just the first pixels, like a few set pixels where it happens. There's a couple ways to avoid it, like you can shoot fire or you can crouch, or you could just be in shell and not worry. But yeah.
Pretty much any animation cancels the pixel stops. And also, this level is really cool with fire. You get to crouch into that gap right there.
You can do it with shell too. It just doesn't look as cool.
And here we're going to get our second appearance of Bowser. Although he's a bit more crispy than usual.
Maybe he set up the fire one.
I was gonna say, I think we can blame Bowser for what's happened in this run.
Yeah, it's definitely his fault.
Definitely his fault.
Oh, he's gone now. We won't see him again.
Hopefully, anyway.
The big reveal of the bridge.
Yep, we are entering what's known as the Gauntlet right now. And it's called that because these last few levels of the run are notoriously difficult. Well, 8-5 not so much, but the other levels in this section definitely are.
I don't know, I think I lost like 2 runs to 8-5 recently. I guess that's not even a joke. If you just like not paying attention, suddenly, oh, I did not jump.
Yeah, it's very easy to zone out on this level. Also, something quickly right there, if you shoot a fireball right after doing a wall kick, it actually makes you accelerate a bit faster. So using that, we're able to do a wall kick from that pipe straight onto the flag.
Yeah, you can technically do that anytime you wall kick if you have fire. Just save a couple frames.
Yeah, I think it saves like 3 frames each time you do it.
That is more than 0.
Right, I'm going to try and show off Pipeless here. There we go. So yeah, there's a weird mechanic in this game where if you do a double jump and then you do consecutive crouch jumps, you're actually able to keep a triple jump height stored in your crouch, which is what we use there to be able to make it up to that higher ledge and then wall kick up that volcano. And it's just a little faster than entering the pipe.
It's also a lot harder though.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's very awkward just to get the double jump in that last section.
Yeah, we got the star, since you run faster with the star, but you're not this fast, so you have to be running to actually go fast. Kind of weird, but...
Yay for me, Luigi!
we see that in this level and the next one, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that there's so many stars in these later levels.
This one in 8.4 as well, but I don't actually think we can reasonably save time for that.
Yeah, the star in 8.4 only really saves time in an individual level run. And that's 8.8. So yeah, usually there's RNG meteors, or volcanic rocks I guess, that fall in this level. But again, because of the RNG manip we're using, usually they fall in places that just aren't an issue for us anymore, which is really helpful.
And we got the infamous 8 Tower 2 here. We get it?
Nice.
Ooh!
So yeah, that trick there is a lot more precise than it looks. You've got to do a triple jump, and then at the very peak of that triple jump, do a wall kick and shoot a fireball. And then you only have a 3-frame window to time that ground pound in order to make it up there. But yeah, that saves a lot of time right there.
It's like 80 seconds faster than mine.
Yeah, and unfortunately we've got another auto-scrolling sort of snake block section that we can't really do much about. We just gotta wait for it to go to the top of this tower. And I think we're just going to chill up here for a bit.
I thought you were going to do the thing where you like ground pound onto the rising snake block and like, oh, I died.
Oh yeah, I could have done that. I think Walrus used to do that a lot, but...
Kind of forgot to do. I did something similar though. This level just kind of gives you room for swag. What the task does here, like it does like an unbelievable amount of swag.
Yeah. We also used another stored triple jump there in the crouch to slightly get to that door a bit quicker.
Yay for me, Luigi!
Well, one thing that I've learned from these runs is that the bosses just don't get a chance to do anything. Most of them, certainly.
Yeah, a lot of
That
these
boss was,
bosses
like-
can be done in like just a couple seconds.
It's like, I'm here. I'm not going to do much. I'm just here.
Pretty
The only
much.
boss that really can trip you up is in World 3, the fish boss. That's RNG, and even like RNG manip doesn't really help too much there. Because with like the RNG setup that Nudes is doing here, you only get like good RNG like 1 out of 8 times.
Yeah, it's very unlikely that you get good RNG on the fish using this minip now. Which is kind of unfortunate, but thankfully the World 5 boss RNG is made significantly better from it. So it's kind of a trade-off in a way.
Yeah, we don't need that fire anymore. It's useless.
Almost missed that wall kick, but we got it. It doesn't actually save that much, that wall kick. It's like half a... Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's just unfortunate. At least we get
That's
to
it.
another chance at this level.
Get a chance to get the wall kick right. Well, now you're gonna have to do the wall kick.
Yeah. Oh, it's all falling apart.
Oh my gosh, the jump.
Nice. When you don't want the frame perfect jump right there.
I don't know, it's just like not paying too much attention to the level. You can just like suddenly lose like a ton of time without realizing it. And also deaths are very costly.
Yeah, this level is brutal if you die on it. Alright, hopefully we don't make the same mistake. There we go.
Nice little switch movement thingy there. These doors, if you actually want to enter the middle, because if you enter like the edge, it plays like a little animation of you going to the middle, and you don't really want that. It's slower than actually walking to the middle.
Yeah, so if like you're already at the middle, then the game doesn't have to move you to the middle, and it just saves a few frames for each door.
Although honestly, when you're at this level and you like on pace, it can be kind of hard to enter every door in the middle.
Yeah. Right, and now we're into the final fights.
You got no stare. It's like a chance that he just stares at you.
Yeah, it's really weird. And timing's gonna end when we touch the switch. And that's it.
Nicely done.
Yeah. It was a bit of a rough run in some places, but overall, it was pretty good, I think.
Yeah, certainly good. It looked good on our end. The estimate was 50, and it looks like it's going to turn out to be a 47-10 for us.
I'll take that.
Yeah, comfy. Well done. Everyone, we've seen both Cannonless and any percent of New Super Mario Brothers, courtesy of both Josh and Spicy Noodles. Fellas, thank you so much. Spicy, is there anything... I know we had a little sort of moment at the end of the last run talking about the game, but is there anything else that you'd like to say before we head off into our last run?
Not much for me. I just want to mention again that for this game, our community is holding an any percent tournament over the summer. So if you like this run and the other run we did, and you kind of want to see more, I would definitely keep an eye out for that happening over the summer.
Awesome. Whereabouts is that going to be hosted? Do you know? Is that going to be hosted on a particular Twitch channel?
I think usually we try and host our runs on the Speed Gaming channel, but we also have a Discord server for it if anyone wants to link it.
Awesome. But, yeah, I think anybody who posts it might get bought for it, but I can pop that.
Probably.
Yeah, cool.
Either way, if you just search for this category over the summer, there's a good chance you might catch one of our races.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, you two, once again. Spicy, if people want to catch you, hopefully without disturbance from your flatmates.
Yeah, hopefully
not. If people want to catch you streaming, if streaming is something that you do, where can people find you?
Yeah, so I have a Twitch that I regularly do runs of this game on. It's twitch.tv/spicy_noodle5 if you're interested. And also you can follow Josh if you liked his commentary. He also runs this game, and yeah.
I still kind of want to point out that you got a new PB. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
Oh yeah, it was yesterday during a practice run, funnily enough.
Oh, yo.
That casual 12-second record.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Nice. Well, it's all popping off, everybody. Thank you once again to these two. We are going to be changing over for one final run. We have made it. We are now heading on to the sequel of this game, New Super Mario Bros. 2. And we are going to be getting that set up right now. So do stick around. We shan't be long. And we will close off this big Mario block very, very shortly. See you there. Hello everybody, welcome back to Going Places, and despite everything that's been thrown at us, we continue to go places. We have had Super Mario 64 for the DS earlier on, and we had New Super Mario Bros. So if those are runs that you want to catch up on, we have those going up on our YouTube channel, Games Done Quick. Easy to find us. Another little bit of info going around at the moment. Frame for Towers will be having its next all-women speedrunning event, Flame for Towers, in late August. Game and volunteer submissions open right now until May the 22nd. So if you type !FF in the Twitch chat, or you go to gamesdonquick.com/frame for towers, you can find out some more info. But what we are going to be showing you right now is hopefully a speedrun that is truly rich in what it's going to show us. There are a lot of coins going on this title menu. I quite enjoy it. This is going to be New Super Mario Bros. 2, courtesy of JDude, and UVideo is going to be on comms. Hello, UVideo.
Hi there, welcome. So I guess one thing I want to point out before JDude even starts his run, you're going to notice, like you said, his title screen is very coin-filled. It's got that gold sky in the background. And you're going to notice he has 9,999,999 coins. So by maxing out his coin counter, JD actually spent like 15 hours in the coin rush mode of this game, just grinding one level over and over. And by doing that, he's actually going to save some time during his run. And I'll talk about that a little bit as we get into the run. So I just wanted to point that out. But yeah,
nice.
I'm ready to do the countdown for JDude whenever you are, JDude. All right, so I guess let's just get this started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, gamers.
All right, so you're going to notice a lot of differences from the other New Super Mario Bros. Game. The first big one really is that you're going to be seeing a lot of different power-up states of Mario during this run. So the first world is going to be done all as Small Mario. JDude could pick up the checkpoints in some of these levels for safety, but I'm pretty sure he's going to opt to not do that. The other thing in this first level, he intentionally avoided jumping on all of those music blocks, because if you jump on them in a certain way, there is a chance of you just losing all of your speed, and it completely throws off the rest of the level. So there are ways to avoid all of the note blocks. Another thing you're going to see throughout the run is he's going to be sliding on slopes, and that just saves a little bit of time on your running speed. And then at the end of this level, 1-2, he's going to be setting up for a triple jump and then going right into 2 wall kicks to enter a pipe. And it's just going to look really cool. I'll just kind of let it speak for itself. So there we go.
Ooh, smooth. I like that.
So right here, you're going to see him do a triple jump into the flagpole, and you'll see he got a score of 2,000 on the flagpole. So that's actually important. In like other games, there are other ways of like optimally grabbing the flagpoles at the end of the level. In this game, the fastest way to do it is to get that 2,000 score. For whatever reason, grabbing it at that height just ends up being the fastest animation for Mario jumping off of the flagpole. I'm not exactly sure how it works. With that being said, grabbing a 1,000 or an 800 are almost equally as fast as 2,000, differing by only 1 and 2 frames respectively. So we try to go for the 2,000 at the flagpole, but if we grab it a little bit lower, it's not a big deal. But you know, over the course of the run, that can save a lot of time versus grabbing like, let's say, you know, 100 at every flagpole. So this next level coming up is One Tower, and J-Dude is so good at this level. I'm really excited to see him pull this off. No pressure. I'll just let it speak for itself. Getting that fast cycle there. Great job. So he got a 488 at the door there. He made that look super easy, but this sort of level is the type that really separates like the top runners from everyone else. J-Dude is the current world record holder for this category, and anyone else, like most other people who would try to run this category, it is quite a challenge to get even a 487 time at the door, let alone a 488. But that just speaks to like how optimally these top runners can play some of these vertical levels. It's really insane to watch. So it's done the first 4 levels of World 1, and now we're going into the cannon. And in the new Super Mario Bros. For the DS, the cannons, you just jump into them and it shoots you to the next world. In New Super Mario Bros. 2, they actually changed that, so the cannons are actually levels in this game. If you've ever played Super Mario Run, it's basically the same thing. You're just running automatically, and then you just press the B button to jump. But the really significant thing about these cannons is that they have red coins in them, and if you collect all of the red coins, you actually get a gold flower power-up in your inventory that you can use at any time. That might seem like a weird power-up to use in a speedrun, because if anyone who is familiar with this game might know, the gold flower power-up allows you to throw gold balls at enemies and turn them into coins, and that might seem completely useless in a speedrun, but I promise you it's not. It will be useful really soon. But before that, J-Dude is in World Mushroom right now, in Mushroom 1. He's going to be grabbing his first star of the run, and even though it takes a little bit of time to go out of your way to grab a star, it increases your running speed so drastically that it's worth the time it takes. And he's just going to barely make it through that last piranha plant in order to reach the flagpole before a star runs out. If he had...
Wow, that was very smooth. I've just got to take a moment. That was...
For sure.
That was, like butter.
Yeah, if he had messed up any of his movement or messed up the star grab at all, he would have just hit that piranha plant and died. But luckily, there is a really convenient backup you can do. Like I said, if you hit the checkpoints in this game, you power up. So all he would have had to do is run into the checkpoint to power up. And then as he went through that piranha at the end, it would have powered him back down to Small Mario. So he would have been fine.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. So now J-Dude is equipping the gold flower. So that, again, it might seem useless, but you might see him do it soon here. If that one of those gold balls collides with a wall, it sends out a shockwave. And that shockwave will turn anything that is around it into coins. So we'll see if he throws it into the wall here. So basically, yeah, he can hit a wall with a gold ball, and if that shockwave makes contact with an enemy, then it will turn the enemy into coins as well. And he's going to be using that pretty soon. But before that, he's actually going to set himself up on a rock here and wait for a specific visual cue. And this game contains these roulette blocks here where the power-up switches. And if he times it just right, he's going to get a gold flower out of this roulette block. Because we're not done with the gold flower action yet. So back to what I was saying about the shockwave. So basically he's going to be hugging a wall to the right here, and he's going to be throwing a gold ball at it to kill an enemy that's behind the wall so that he doesn't have to wait for it to move out of the way before he can enter the pipe to finish the level. The other interesting about this level is that the auto-scroller actually goes on for quite a bit longer, but conveniently enough, there's a room coming up right here that he's about to enter. So first of all, there was supposed to be an enemy above that pipe, or below that pipe, but he killed it in the way that I mentioned. But yeah, this room contains the 3rd star coin, but it also just leads you straight to the end of the level, so you can skip the last part of the auto-scroller. And it only saves a couple seconds, but it is faster.
Mario time! It's a good time!
So not too much to say for this ghost house, other than the fact that at the very start we used to go to the room on the right, but it was found, I don't know, not too long ago that this room on the left is actually like 0.2 seconds faster to do. It is quite a bit harder though, so that's pretty cool to see him going for that. One thing he is going to do in the final room here is there's a mechanic in this game where if you switch which direction you're holding on the D-pad right when you hit a wall, you will switch directions really fast, just like that. And that saves a lot of time at the end of this level versus doing like a slow turnaround. The fact that he can almost get like a 372 time there by doing that is just insane, because before we knew about that, like a 371 I don't think was even possible, so it's just really cool. NSMB2 is a little bit infamous for the fact that the beginning of this game does have a lot of auto-scrollers, so this is the next auto-scroller. This one does have a couple cool mechanics, and that triple jump is just really cool. I didn't even think he was going to go for that.
I assume that this is something that you run as well, video.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really mention. I've run all the games in the series, I guess to different degrees. This is one of the ones I've run the most though, so I haven't played it too much in the last like 3 years, but a couple years ago I was very active with this category. So nice. I kind of know most of like the history and like the development that it's had in the last couple years. It's pretty funny, like when I started running the game, there was a run on YouTube. It's like a pretty popular video actually. It's got quite a lot of views. It's a speedrun in this game in 26 minutes 39 seconds. And the description of the run says that it's extremely optimized and the time probably cannot be lowered by even more than 1 second. And at the time, the run was extremely good. Like there were no mistakes, and it looked very optimized. And over the course of just a couple years, that time has been lowered by 35 seconds by just optimization. So it's just insane.
It's proof that you should never make such bold claims.
Absolutely. And another bold claim I guess I could talk about. So he picked up that gold flower. He's going to be using that later in the run. And funny enough, like I had brought up at one point that it might be faster to use that gold flower in the final level, and it was pretty much like immediately dismissed as being slower. And like we didn't even test it or anything, and then like months later we realized, oh, it saves 6 seconds. And so it's just kind of funny. It goes to show you should always test strats before dismissing them.
So true. Well, the reason that I asked about you running is they're quite mixed opinions. There's different strokes for different folks. So you were mentioning the auto-scrollers at the start of this run. Is that something that you like, or do you find it tedious in terms of resetting? Oh, we've got another auto-scroller to go through, or does it sort of make for a balanced diet for a speed game?
Yeah, that's a great question. Right before I answer that, I'm just going to mention J-Dude is going to get key speed here, and he's going to fly into a pipe before it even appears on screen. I just wanted to point that out because that's really cool. Yeah, so to answer your question, I would say it's pretty easy to get runs started in this game because, like, the beginning is pretty easy with all the auto scrollers. So I guess that's kind of nice. On the other hand, it can be kind of like slow to get runs going. I actually preferred a lot to run the warpless category of this game, or the same thing as Cannonless, which you just saw for the DS version of the game. I preferred that category just because it didn't really have many auto scrollers, but this one's still pretty fun. You might have noticed that J-Dude hit the coin block, the gold coin block, right before he entered the cannon here. So basically when he gets to the world map in the next world flower, if he hadn't hit that coin block, there would have been an animation of like the coin block landing on the world map that would have wasted about 1.5 seconds. But because he swiped it with his tail before entering the cannon, he just doesn't have to watch that. So this game does have the leaf power up, which makes a return from Mario Bros. 3. So what that allows you to do is float in the air for longer by holding B. It also allows you to gain what's called P speed by running on the ground for long enough in order to start flying, and you can fly for a fixed amount of time before it runs out. But you can refresh that by landing on the ground. So in the upcoming level, J-Dude's gonna do, I don't know if it's a glitch, more so an exploit, and it's basically the biggest exploit in this game. We call it dash flying. So normally when you gain P speed and start flying, your speed is reduced from your normal running speed to a walking speed. And so, like your horizontal speed, so you just start going really slow. However, if instead of holding B, you do a quick jump and then start pressing the Y and B buttons together to swipe your tail and then jump, you can maintain all of your running speed just like J-Dude's doing right now. And so that allows you to reach much further distances with the little amount of P speed or flying time that you have. And so just like that, J-Dude's able to skip the first section of this level and get to yet another auto-scroller. Fun fact about this auto-scroller, if you just run to the right of the screen and crouch, nothing will hit you. You can just stay there. He might show it off. It's kind of funny. So if you want to try that one at home. So I guess this would actually be a great time to talk about why J-Dude maxing out his coin count saves time. So normally at the end or after levels like cannons or towers where the game prompts you to save, it will also add up the coins that you've collected during that level. Like it will add them to your overall coin counter, the one that you see on the title screen. So by maxing it out, the game will just no longer do that. It saves about
there we go.
Yeah, it saves about 6
There's
seconds.
our answer.
But of
Hey,
course,
as we know, every little counts. Was that something that was included in the world record that was
Yes.
this totally can't be beaten?
yes,
by
it
more than a few
actually
seconds?
was included in that run.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so all of those 35 seconds of optimization, 6 of those seconds has come from the new like gold flower power-up route, but the rest of the 29 seconds has just been from small other time saves. I pointed a couple of them out so far, but yeah, it's really insane. This level is considered to be the easiest level to run, but you can't count it out. I mean, people have lost runs here. You never know.
So I'd say from my point of view, it looks like it's relatively easy. It's sort of just going over things, but I can see where if you sort of lapse in concentration for a second, it could be mean to you.
Absolutely. 6-1, also considered pretty easy, but despite it being easy, it does have a really cool skip. So 6-1's kind of the typical random meteor level from the new Super Mario Bros. Series that we tend to see. The meteors here are random, however, there's no pattern that can actually lose you time if you do it correctly, which is really nice. So what J-Dude's gonna do is again use the dash flying mechanic in order to just jump over this entire lava pit at the end of the level. Normally you're supposed to wait for a bunch of rocks to spawn for you so you can like slowly make your way across that, but you could just fly over it.
It's a good time.
Alright, and he's making his way into the ghost house here. 6 ghost house. He's going to be taking the secret exit to take a bit of a secret path through World 6. So the one strat that he's going to do at the end of this level, this is actually a big difference from that world record, previous world record I was talking about. So they used to do a damage boost in this level, and then they would have an extra leaf in that they would be able to equip, that they would have grabbed earlier in the run, and then just equip that. But because we have the gold flower, we can't really do a damage boost, so instead what J-Dude's going to do is jump here and then turn left to lure the boo to the left, away from that switch. And if he does it right, he actually will like keep going forward with full running speed despite turning left. It's really cool. And these wall kicks at the end, if you mess them up in any way, you end up having to do 2 extra wall kicks. But, you know, it's still pretty fast.
Now, I wondered, because we've had a good mix of runs. We had the 50-star earlier on in Super Mario 64, and then we had Cannonless and any %. When it comes to this game, what other sort of categories are there? Is there more to the game besides the any %?
Absolutely.
And there was no warps for this one?
Yeah, so I mentioned the warpless category earlier, so that one's just using no cannons. There's one called no secret exits. That one's not too popular, but the name speaks for itself. There's low %, which just is the same route as this category, but you're only allowed to use small Mario. That one's pretty hard. There's one called all castles, which is a really unique category. For that category, you actually visit all of the 9 worlds, but it's not 100% run. You just have to beat the castle at the end of all 9 worlds. But the one thing that makes that category really interesting is that in order to actually access the 9th world, you need 90 star coins. So you have to be picking up star coins as you play. So that category is like, it's like we call it 100% light, because like basically you are picking up all the fast star coins, but not the slow ones while you play. It's really cool. And then of course there's 100% where you get all the star coins. I just want to draw attention. So J-Dude has kept that coin block around up until now by manipulating his score. It's very similar to what they did in NSMB. He had to reach 400,000 points by a certain level, the level before this, in order to keep that coin block so he could wall jump off of it in this level. And now he's able to do this skip by maintaining P speed by continually jumping off of these platforms.
Oh my gosh. that was really impressive.
That was awesome, yeah. This is one of the levels that has developed a lot since that previous world record that I talked about. We've been able to save a couple seconds here from just finding faster ways to do the skip. And that coin block strategy at the beginning. The other nice thing about NSMB 2, I think, compared to like a lot of other Mario games, these leaf power-ups are in almost every level that you do in the route. And so it's actually a very forgiving game. If you're trying to like get into speedrunning it's very, very forgiving. If you get hit, it's not too big of a deal. So what J-Dude's going to do here is he's going to gain P speed again to skip having to wait on this platform at the end. That platform right there, normally you'd have to wait for it to move, but he can just fly right over all of it. Just like that. An interesting optimization he actually does on those platforms moving to the right. For whatever reason, if you swipe your tail and then jump off of them, you actually maintain more speed. I'm not really sure why it works, it just does. He's going to be doing something very similar in this next level on these yellow platforms. They have the exact same mechanic where if you swipe your tail and then jump, you just maintain extra speed. And it saves like a couple tenths of a second. There is a hard strategy. Yeah, he's going to go for it. So there's a couple interesting mechanics used in this level, but the main one is that any jump that you do after fluttering will be a double jump. So he actually used that a couple times in order to set himself up to do triple jumps. That's used more in like the longer categories of this game, but it is used in that level in any percent. So just like that, we're already in our final level, and J-Dude is going to do the hardest trick of the run right now, or at least attempt it. This is called Burner Clip. J-Dude himself actually found this. This is, I guess, the only glitch, really. So basically, there's this part where you're supposed to wait for one of those burners to move out of the way. You can actually clip between the burner and the wall if you do it correctly. So let's see if he gets it. Just like that.
Yo,
That was
what a pro.
awesome. Yeah, I'm so glad he got that. Yeah, so that is the reason that this gold flower power-up route saves time, because we used to bring an extra leaf to this final level and then just damage boost through the burners and equip our extra leaf. But instead, we can bring the gold flower to use it in just a second. And also, that auto-scroller skip is pretty cool. So in this room here, he's gonna have to deal with the Koopalings. So when they flash their wands, you have to be in front of a wall or else you'll get turned to stone. So you don't want that to happen. He's also going to intentionally not gain P-speed here because he's going to do a triple jump off the end of this conveyor belt and then go neutral on the D-pad and try to maintain frame-perfect jumps in order to keep the speed from the conveyor. Because if you were to hold right on the D-pad, you would just resort to normal running speed, but if you let go of it, it lets you keep the faster conveyor belt speed. So now he has equipped his gold flower. He's going to make his way through these fireballs here, which are always the same, by the way. That was changed in other NSMB games, but in this one, they're always the same. And the reason he brought the gold flower this far was to do this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that checks out. That makes sense.
Yeah, so the way
What?
we used to do that was we would have to like run to the left, do a wall jump off the wall, and then make a really tight jump over Bowser. But you could just do that. And the craziest reason that it actually saves time is because if you kill Bowser before hitting the switch, it actually skips this cutscene where Bowser falls into the pit. So that's actually where the main time save comes from.
Wow. Well, there we go.
Yeah, so it's really cool. And so funny enough, I was the one who like theorized that route, and I guess that's kind of the mark I left on the game. But funny enough, my profile picture has always been Gold Mario for like the longest time, and then I just happened to find a time save that involved Gold Mario, so it was just kind of cool that was like my mark that I left on the game.
Poetic. Nice.
Very poetic. So this final fight, fittingly enough, is an auto-scroller. But there are ways that you can speed it up. So after a certain number of slashes, you can actually scroll the screen upwards. So for this first part of the fight, it's 4 slashes. For the second part, it's 5 slashes. And for the last part, it's 3. So as long as you know like when to jump up like off screen, you should be good to go. So you're gonna see J-Dude, he's wall jumping right there, and then he throws a gold ball, and it like turns him back towards the wall really fast. He's gonna actually use that at the very end to go off screen and hit the final switch. And we used to not do that. We used to actually intentionally get hit during this fight, and then we would equip that leaf that we have in reserve, and we would use that to fly up off screen. But this strat here saves time because you don't have to go through the animation of damaging down and then powering back up. So we can actually just make our way to the final switch with Gold Mario by doing those wall jumps. So we are coming up on time here. It is going to be when he presses down the final switch. It's kind of just going to like appear on screen, just so you know. And time. That was a really awesome run. GG's, JD.
I was about to say we'd got a report in the chat about what the world record was.
Yeah.
And 26:04, and the time that
did
is
he
coming up
get?
on our end is a 26:17.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That
Oh my
is-
god.
That is amazing. What a run. Well
Yeah,
done, JD.
I just want to mention like how optimized JDude's world record of this game is. So his record is 26:04.917. His sum of best is 26:01, and that's with splitting for every level. And
Wow.
it's pretty questionable if a 26:03 is even like realistic. Like this is legitimately the point where we don't think it can be optimized a second further. But who knows? I mean, we said that a couple years ago, and look at the game now. So
True.
I would say, one day maybe we'll see a sub 26. I think that would be awesome.
Wow, that was a really incredible run.
Yeah,
Thank
great
you,
job,
JD.
JD.
Everybody was sort of speaking on JDude's behalf, but you should go and follow JDude.
You should.
We're gonna pop their follow in the chat. But yeah, I mean we've said it with all of the other communities. I imagine there is a nice welcoming space if people are interested in learning about this run. Is that something you can clue us in on?
Absolutely. So actually, the Discord server for New Super Mario Bros. And New Super Mario Bros. 2, as well as the rest of the games in the New Super Mario Bros. Series, they all share the same server. So it's kind of the same community for all 5 games. So a lot of people kind of like jump from game to game. But yeah, there's a lot of really helpful people. There is a tutorial for the any % run of this game made by Tampa. I believe it's in either the guides or the resources tab on speedrun.com. And then that run that I mentioned, the one by Greenalink, if you just Google like New Super Mario Bros. 2 speedrun, it'll probably be the first result. That one is a great learning resource. That's where I learned the run from. And then I also have a guide on that 6-tower skip on my YouTube, and that's in the guide section of speedrun.com. But yeah, those are all some pretty good resources. You don't need to go for like all of the hard strats to start off with, because a lot of the hard strats only save like a fraction of a second. And I think that's one of the cool things about this game is that it is very easy to get into. This was the first game I really got into. And you can opt to like go for some easier strats and stuff and still get a really, really good time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. If people want to find you video, whereabouts might they be able to find you other than the, I'm sure, incredible tutorial that you mentioned a second ago?
Thank you. Yeah, so my Twitch channel is U Video Games altogether. I stream pretty much every day. I'm mostly playing New Super Luigi U right now, which is another game from the series. But funny enough, literally during Rupa's run earlier, my 3DS capture card actually arrived in the mail, so I actually have that now. I've been setting it up. It's kind of funny. If it had arrived a couple days earlier, I might have been able to join JDude here, but it's all good. I enjoy commentating. But yeah, so I'll definitely be streaming this game pretty soon. I'm excited for that. I'm mostly focused on like the 100% category for Luigi U right now, and that's kind of the same plan I have for this game, is I want to do more of the 100% runs. So if that's your thing, if you want to follow me, I would appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, you've both done a great job and closed off this special Mario special of going places with an incredible run and great commentary. So thank you so much, everybody. If you've only just come in for the ending of this, then I'm sorry, you missed an incredible show. If it's something that you would like to catch up on, I'll remind you that we have a YouTube channel, Games Done Quick. We will have the VOD of this incredible show, if I do say so myself, up on there very soon. And a select few highlights might just make it into the Games Done Quick highlights video for this week. We are going to be signing off. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you once again to all of the incredible runners that have been on today. And Hotfix doesn't stop here. Hotfix is going to be on tomorrow, so make sure you keep an eye out. This was Going Places, and we are going places, I guess. See you soon, folks.
Yeah, thanks for having me. That was awesome. That was fun.